You talk about sacrifice from a podium stage, but we bled through the nights just to build this place. Missed birthdays, funerals, Christmas mornings, still showed up while the trauma alarms were roaring. White coat hanging like a noose on the chair. Kids asleep at home, but the doctor ain't there. Hands cracked open from the gloves and the stress, still carrying lives with a weight on the chest. You say you understand because you work the floor, but administration changes people at the core. Now the mission sound clean in the newspaper ink, while the people in the trenches standing over the brink. You say you won't get it back, yeah, we know that pain, cause the years with our families went down the drain. For call nights, lawsuits, endless demands, while executives shook different corporate hands. Now the white coat ghost walk the halls at night, built the whole damn system, but got erased from sight. Yeah. Talk about compassion while the trust gets stole. Another healthcare story, turning hearts cold. Yeah. And we gave you our time, and we gave you our names, and we gave up our families to carry the flames. Now the people who built it barely recognize what survived in the boardroom after everything died. We trained for a decade while the debt piled high, held pressure in silence just to keep people alive. Every surgery gamble, every family cry, every tell me the truth, doc, am I gonna die? You can't spreadsheet that, you can't PR spin scars, can't measure moral injury in quarterly charts, can't clap at award dinners talking culture and grace when the doctors feel fear every step in the place. And maybe you mean every word that you say, maybe somewhere deep down you still care that way, but leadership drifted somewhere into control, where compliance matters more than a human soul. Now the whispers in ortho got louder than before, cause loyalty don't live behind executive doors. People gave their whole lives to the badge and the name and got treated like obstacles standing in the way. Now the white coat ghosts walk the halls at night, built the whole damn system but got erased from sight. Yeah. Talk about compassion while the trust gets stole. Another healthcare story, turning hearts cold. And we gave you our time, and we gave you our names, and we gave up our families to carry the flames. Now the people who built it barely recognize what survived in the boardroom after everything died. Yeah. The public sees headlines, smiles and speeches, but they don't hear the silence inside physician lounges. They don't see the burnout. The marriage is cracked open. The good people leaving, the ones barely holding. Yeah, so this for every surgeon driving home at dawn, wondering where the last 10 years have gone. For every kid that asked, Dad, are you working again? For every physician who can't pour from within. You told us, stand tall on our own 2 feet. But hospitals were built by the lost and the weak, by exhausted humans still answering calls, trying to save everybody while they themselves fall. And maybe one day these hearts will heal. Yeah, maybe trust comes back and the wounds turn real. But tonight those ghosts still roam these floors in white coats, keeping score.
All right. Welcome to Knockout Sundays here at GAB Sports. It's your guy, YUUNGMOOLAHH, and thanks for your patience as we were getting a few things in order here before we went on camera. And so we want to go ahead and get this show underway, right? And we got a very interesting battle today here on Knockout Sundays. We come at you with either a battle between 2 players, relative similar ADPs, or today we got a special twist. We got 2 teams. If you see the poll out there, go ahead and chime in which team you think is going to win this battle, because at the end of the day, at the end of this battle, one of these teams is getting knocked the fuck out. Yeah, So we rolling heavy, not heavy, but we got interest in both of these teams. We got a little bit more of one than the other. So my decision will probably indicate which one that is. And but it's a very interesting battle because both teams obviously are highly sought after in the fantasy community, especially for best ball purposes. You have the Cincinnati Bengals on one hand, and then you got the Dallas Cowboys on the other. So without further ado, we are gentle and blissful, gifted and beautiful, generous and benevolent, and most appreciatively, we are grateful and blessed to be here on Sunday during the middle of the day. I haven't even had breakfast, so I'm going to be munching. I got my little treats here. We got some cherries. We got some, what's that you say? That's called yellow meat watermelon. Yeah, the yellow meat, not the red one. Yellow meat. Huh? All right. Yeah, that's what that is. And so we're going to be munching all throughout our little knockout brunch. And so let's go ahead and get things cracking. We'll be right back after this intro video.
I read the board like maps. 3 moves ahead, no cap. You draft on vibes and dreams. I build my league from scratch. My bench got hidden gems. Your roster full of names. I spot the league before it shows, then pour salt on the game. I trade like a casino, flip risk in the gold. You chase last week's fireworks, I chase the box score code. I know the soft matchups, line up buffets and rain. I turn a sleepy Sunday into a money train. Check the line, I'm locked in. Every we got teeth. You bring a hot take, I bring season long receipts. I got the crown, I got the crown. Draft day, I run this town. Stack my wins, cash my clout. Say my name when lights go out.
It's your boy YUUNGMOOLAHH, man. All right. It is your guy, YUUNGMOOLAHH. And we are back over here. Let's see what's going on. We're back over here, getting our show started. And yeah, so today we want to go ahead and look at a matchup between two very highly sought after teams here in the best ball streets. But I got an interesting angle on how to look at this. And so we want to go ahead and check out the dynamics here between these two teams, who will be, we got our guy Lawsimo checking in. Appreciate you. Lawsimo, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever part of the world you are tuning in from. We appreciate you coming on in here. And we just want to go ahead and put a little bit of housekeeping here. It'll be really quick here. But we have a road to 300 subs underway right now. We want to get this accomplished by the end of this best ball summer of drafting, right? And if we get this 300 subs, go ahead and subscribe today if you haven't already. Appreciate you. And let your friends know, let the rest of the community know. This guy YUUNGMOOLAHH's got something going on over here to where we get to 300 subs, we will go ahead and provide, for free, our week 1 DFS picks, as we are heavy into the DFS streets as well. So we'll be doing a season-long shows and predictions and analysis and lineup building, top plays, all that for DFS. And so we started last year too. You can check out the archives here. And also we'll also be providing our NFL top picks for week 1 as well for free to the community. If we reach this 300 subscribers goal today, we're about 120 right now. Let's go ahead and get that going. Spike it on up, and we'll go ahead and provide that to you all out here. All right. So let's go ahead and look at what we have in today's battle. Because today's battle is going to be a very tight battle. I can already tell. I might switch horses in mid-race, man. I might change my mind. This battle so close and also lucrative. I mean, each team is very highly valued. It all just depends on how you want to look at it. And so we're going to look at it from a different perspective. All right, so ding, 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 ding. And we're also going to bring you a couple of drafts here. We're going to jump into the fast puppy. But ding, 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 ding. Coming in the red corner, we have a very explosive unit. Yeah. They're always one of the top offenses year in, year out in fantasy, best ball. And they have a core of players that are dynamic and can't be dismissed in any kind of fashion. That would be your, got glitched there. That would be your Cincinnati Bengals coming out of Ohio, or the Ohio Players, one of my favorite groups of all time. If you don't know about the Ohio Players, funk band of the 70s. They went platinum 5 times in a row, which was unheard of back then, with basically no radio play, all that kind of stuff. The Ohio Players out of Dayton, Ohio. But anyway, representing your Bengals, we got the Chase brothers, right? And Joe Burr. And one thing about the Bengals, you usually can count on that their defense isn't all that good, so that they're going to get into a lot of shootouts. And so I think that's kind of pretty much the case again this year. And so we're looking at the top 4 picks of each of these teams: the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver, and the wide receiver. They're playing in the AFC North are these Cincinnati Bengals. And the first ADP that you have to spend is at 3.1, Jamar Chase. Yeah, you got to spend up for these Bengals, man. They ain't going to be cheap. And so 3.1 is the first ADP out of these top 4 players. The last ADP you're going to have to spend for these top 4 is 66.4. And that'll be for Joe Burrow, who's quarterback 4. And obviously Chase is a wide receiver 1 coming in at that price. And I look at it, one of the other things that we like to look at here is in fantasy, right? We want to look at the playoff schedule, right? How lucrative or how interesting is that playoff schedule? And as we can see, week 15, they're going at Carolina. Week 16, they're at Indiana. And week 17, they will be hosting the Baltimore Ravens. So the playoff schedule isn't bad, right? It looks pretty good. They got 1 dome game, 2 outdoors games, and that's late December, early January, possibly. So you're looking at, potential weather in considerations there in 2 of the games at Carolina and at home against Baltimore. But at this point, this far out in contest, you can't really be looking and focusing on weather considerations. You got to just go by, is this team good enough to land me a finals appearance and bring home the bacon in the finals? And so the Cincinnati Bengals are definitely always going to be in that conversation of the type of teams that can do that. They can get you to the finals, and then they can win you the finals. They got a lot of explosive players, and it's pretty consolidated. That's one thing that we do love. Amongst their trio of weapons that Joe Burrow has at his disposal, Chase Brown out of the backfield and the top 2 receivers, pretty concentrated. So that's one of the things you're going to get out of the Cincinnati Bengals. What is some of the downside we got to look at? Well, they are very expensive, top 4. And I calculated this average ADP, as you can see above, 29.9, just by basically adding up all the ADPs together and then just divided by 4. And so you see you're going to spend an average cost of 29.9 to get this top 4. So it's not going to be cheap to land these Bengals, and they don't all line up to where you can get 3 or 4 of them sometimes. Sometimes you can just get 2, right? Just going to be able to get 2 of these Bengals. That's pretty much it. Along with Burrow is what I'm saying, like a double stack of these top 4 with Burrow. So you can get a threesome, right? You can get a trio, but you probably will not be able to get all 4 Bengals on your roster. If you can, let me know how you do it, because I would be interested probably in doing that if I could do that. So let's see if anybody can say they can get the top 4. You are Houdini, and we'll just say we can get 2 weapons with Burrow usually, or sometimes, not even usually, but if you kind of build it in. And so that works out. But has the offensive line improved? That's another question I would have to ask. Has that offensive line improved enough to keep Joe Burr upright because he's went down quite a bit these last few years, where this guy can't stay healthy for the full 16 games, and that's got to be a concern here. Also, they lack a little bit of depth at the running back and receiver position. So if one of these top guys went down, as with most teams, but particularly here, if Chase Brown goes down, do they have anybody pretty competent in the backup spot? Or if Chase or Higgins goes down, we've seen Yoshevich. I just don't think he brings enough juice to the table to really keep this team at a high mark. If one of these top guys go down, I think the engines will kind of start to lose a piston or two. And, but they'll still be good if one of the top guys went down. But I think there would be a significant drop-off in value from my perspective if one of these guys were to go down. But, we can't be concerned about injuries too much when we're drafting. We just got to assume everybody's healthy, and that's fine. But they do lack depth. And so we're looking at our projections here, which I just basically looked at several of their years, recent years, and kind of just projected maybe where they could come in here as reasonable projection. So we came up with our median outcome, which we intend to distribute throughout the roster. This is how we do it here at GAB Sports. Come up with our projections on what you're going to do as a team, and then I can disperse that amongst the players who will be playing. And so we got a total of 1,745 rushing yards from this team, and they haven't even came this close. So I'm giving them a bump this year because they had only like 1,500 something the past 2 years with Chase Brown. So we're expecting possibly a career season out of Chase Brown. So we're bumping them up to 1,745 rush yards. Maybe one of those backups can contribute a little bit here too to that total. And we're going to give them a healthy Joe Burrow season. So he's coming in at about a projection of 4,280 passing yards. And we're giving them a total of 54 total touchdowns passing, receiving, which it's going to be based on health, obviously. But, these are realistic things we think they can achieve here. And so this is the case for the Cincinnati Bengals. And now, coming out of the blue corner, ding, 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 we have the America's team, right? Bullshit that they're America's team, but they came up with that little slogan to go ahead and give you some sort of marketing power. Yeah, okay, whatever. But you ain't America's goddamn team. They haven't won a Super Bowl since the 1990s. But one thing about the Dallas Cowboys, they do have the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, which is an American icon, right? That's one thing they do have going for them. But they also have a very good offense. You can't deny that the Dallas Cowboys have one of the best offenses year in, year out. They usually don't disappoint on offense. And so they're coming out of the AFC East. And we have their top four as well: quarterback, running back, wide receiver. And so that's why I thought this was a very good comparison, because you can compare these guys on where you get their top targets. It's pretty close in value. Total value. And so some of the things that we look at that benefits the Cowboys is that young Brian Schottenheimer is a pretty top play caller over there in Dallas, and you can't deny that. They had things humming last year over there in Dallas, and so I think he's one amongst the top play callers, and I will definitely give him an edge over Zach Taylor as far as play caller. And another thing that Dallas has, if you look at their first ADP, we got Corey in the house. Some people avoid Lamb in the first, but behind Chase, I want Amon, Raw, and Lamb. All right, that's great. Yep, that is a very good point. And the first ADP you're going to spend here is on CeeDee Lamb. And it's coming in at 9.7 over here on Underdog, and that is wide receiver 3, right? So you got Chase, wide receiver 1. You got Lamb, wide receiver 3. These are the first picks you're going to have to spend. And these guys are usually going to be well worth it, right? Coming in at these prices, but they're in high octane offenses. And the last ADP you will be able to get out of this group is Dak Prescott at 80.5, and he's coming in as the QB8 with that ADP, which is not a bad price, depending upon, if you're looking at his results of the past few years, Dak has always been amongst the top passers with yardage and touchdowns each year that he's healthy, right? Again, let's go ahead and just put the table out there, put the rat on the table. That Dak, he seems to have this pattern of every other year getting hurt and missing quite a few games. And so this is landing on that year, that even year where he tends to get hurt and miss some games, if not most of the season. So will he be able to break that little curse, that pattern that he has? We hope. And so, because I hate to see anybody get injured, but it's something to just be aware of. And their playoff schedule that we like is the Rams, week 15, at home to Jacksonville and at home to the Giants. So they should be in a very controlled environment all throughout the playoffs. They do have that little bitty hole in the roof. I guess they don't want to close, but still, even if it's raining, that doesn't bring in a lot of elements because it's just a smaller kind of opening in the sky that they have in their stadium. So it's pretty controlled weather environments for the Cowboys for their playoffs and the matchups. They got some teams that can score some points, the Rams and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So those could be some interesting matchups in the playoffs for these two teams. For this team. But some of the downside we just have to look at. Javonte. I loved Javonte last year, especially at his price, Javonte Williams. But going at this inflated price now, he's like in the late third, early fourth, right around a 3-4 turn there. Is Javonte a mirage? Was that just a one-year wonder type of a thing? Or can he repeat, do it back-to-back, and come with another big season? That's one of the questions that we have to have. And they have an improved defense. What does that mean? I think that could mean if the defense is really drastically improved, they might get into less shootouts, right? Which could take the air out of the ball in certain situations where they kind of run the clock out and not really trying to put points on the board. So that's a potential. It's not a big concern, but it's a potential downside for the offense in total. I don't know how many points they might score. This defense is really much better. They won't get into as many shootouts. They won't be trailing, things like that. And also, will Jerry be famous? Well, he's already famous for dicking people around with their contracts. But will he go ahead, open up the purse, and pay your guy Pickens? Why is this critical? Because Pickens is one of those guys, he can mope if he ain't happy, right? If he's not feeling valuable, if he's not feeling respected, this is kind of guy that can go in the tank, mentally and just kind of say, fuck you all, and kind of just, give a half effort, maybe not be blocking, maybe not just running his routes, that's decoy routes, or, he can just go into the tank and maybe not be as effective out there on the field. So if Jerry opens up those purse strings, that can give this guy a little bit of more of it's almost a damned if you do, damned if you don't. You want to dangle that carrot in front of his eyes, say, hey, man, play for money, play for money, play for money. So don't pay him. And then maybe he gives a great effort. But then if you pay him, it's like, okay, I think I solved the issue. I paid him. And then now he's content. Hey, I'm paid. I don't need to play hard. So Pickens, we don't know what he's going to do. But we do know that he's a very talented guy. And so we're just going to bank that the Cowboys are, okay with Pickens. And he's going to bring his maximum effort as well. So our projections for the Dallas Cowboys here in 2026, rushing yards, we believe Javonte's going to repeat with these type of projections. We don't think he's a one-year wonder. So we're coming in at 2,110 rushing yards as a team, with Javonte getting a big chunk of that. And then we got 4,235 passing yards as a team, because Dak, if he stays healthy, he's always in the 4,000. So we're not even worried about that. And then we got 55 total touchdowns we're going to go ahead and give these guys. So this is the case we are making for the Dallas Cowboys. So what do you say out here, over here about these things? This is the case we made, and we're going to make our prediction here shortly about what we believe how this should play out. So let me check out the poll, if I can see the poll. I'll check on that a little later. But yeah, feel free to go ahead and put your comments in the chat if you want, or about this as well. And we got our guy, Terry Sarbar, second 26. You're going to draft best ball today? Yes, we're going to draft here right now. We're going to jump in the draft. Yep. And we also have also saying I'm liking T Law this year and his wideouts. Yep, they are a very valuable team as well. Yep, we're going to jump into a draft right now, right here. We're going to jump into a fast puppy. So let's go ahead and share our screen here. Let's go ahead and see what we got going in these streets over here on Underdog. But before we do that, we got to go ahead and give you the verdict, right? So we're going to gather the scorecards. Ding, 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 ding. The scorecards are in. And we're going to gather the scorecards, give you our verdict. Coming in, it was a tough battle, but they were throwing haymakers back and forth. Yeah, it was one guy got a standing 8 count. The Cowboys got a standing 8 count in the 9th round, but they came back in the 10th round. And by virtue of a knockout with the left hook coming like Joe Frazier, we got the winner out of the blue corner. We got the Dallas Cowboys knocking out the Cincinnati Bengals in today's battle. It all comes down to price. As you look at the statistics that we're projecting, the statistics are relatively close, with Dallas even having a slight edge, actually. And so the price of these Bengals is damn fucking high as giraffe booty, man. And so we're looking at, the Cowboys as being somewhat of a little discount off of the Bengals, and I don't see much dip in the production. So why aren't I rolling with the Cowboys? Well, we are rolling with the Cowboys in our battle of these two teams. And so I'm not disrespecting the Cincinnati Bengals because I love the Bengals and I will have some Bengals. But if push came to shove, which team I think is more valuable in fantasy for 2026 for best ball purposes, it's the Dallas Cowboys. So we rolling with the Dallas Cowboys. I almost changed my mind when I started thinking about the concentration of the matter with the Bengals because they are super concentrated, even a little more than Dallas. But we're going to roll with the Dallas Cowboys in this matchup. All right. So that solves that. Go ahead and make sure you get a vote in for the poll. But Bengals versus Cowboys, we came with the Cowboys. All right. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into one of our drafts. Yeah, let's do this, Brutus. Let's do this, Brutus. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump into a fast puppy. If you want to go ahead and jump into that, let's go ahead and do it right now. We are going to jump in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are entering the fast puppy right now. We're in. All right, it's looking for 7. If you want to go ahead and jump in, we're going to take a little brunch break right here and snack on some of our cherries and yellow meat watermelon. All right, be right back in a sec. All right, we're coming in at the 6th spot. And if anybody else is in this room here, let us know. We got the theater here. He's got emerald status. I've seen him all over these streets before, especially in the dailies. And we got KL Elliott, a guy. He's a frequent visitor here to the channel, and I appreciate you. If you are in here, brother, go ahead and let us know, or them, whichever your preference is. We also don't recognize too many more people here, but we are on the clock, and we are rolling with CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, we about to walk it like we talk it. Let's walk it like we talk it. We're taking CeeDee Lamb right out the gate here in the 6th hole of the fast puppy. And so I'm okay with that, and starting off with a CeeDee Lamb right out the gate. And so we want to go ahead and add a little ambiance here. So let's go ahead and throw in a little music. And as we add the music, sometimes the mic can get distorted for a few minutes here. Hopefully it's just a minute or half a minute. But let's go ahead and add that right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what we got going on in the YouTube channel. All right. Yeah, we got our guy KL Elliott coming at the 1 hole. Whoa. All right, so here, as we pop up at this here, board looks like. Oh wait, wow, coming in. Wow. Hey, you dang, refill. AJ Brown in this time box contest. Time boxes aren't really bad for pulling dudes up. It's okay because you get unique in these contests. I would never do that in a BBM though, based on what's already transpired in the BBM. I don't think I could take AJ Brown at that cost, but you know, some people did differ in that kind of line of thinking. I don't. I think it would be kind of disadvantageous going up against some of the teams that have already been built when you took AJ Brown in the first round. But here in these time boxes, probably not an issue at all. He went Brown and Bowers. Wow, nice combo. Pretty unique combo that very few will have. Jefferson, Cook on the end. So we got, you know, a couple strong starts, but everything's usually a strong start at this point since we're only in a 2nd round. But you're going to give me big dog and CeeDee? We taking that one. Taking big dog and CeeDee. Yeah. We'll rock with that one. Big dog CeeDee start out of the 6th hole. And we also, let's go ahead and throw on the other view here. We'll give you the extended grid view. All right. This one here. Okay. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where the Cowboys versus the Bengals. I'm not sure a lot of people are on the Bengals like that. And I like the Bengals too. But at the top, they got 3 guys in the first 3 rounds. That's a pretty expensive stack, right? When you got 3 guys in the first 3 rounds, and so do the Cowboys, 3 guys in the first 3 rounds. But then the quarterback is also pricier than the Dallas quarterback. And to me, they're the same tier, right? If you look at Burrow and you look at Dak, if you close your eyes and looked at the stats of each one of those guys, you wouldn't know who it was. They're pretty identical in stats. You know, they have about the same kind of rushing profiles. They have the same throwing profiles. But actually, Dak has actually outdone them most years. So it's one of those things where I'm going to be more interested in the cheaper person, the cheaper team, you know, as a whole. So that's how we looked at it in the end. But there is no wrong answer. Excuse me. There is no wrong answer in that battle. It's just all about how you look at it. And so we started off with Dak. And we got our guy, Big Dog, in the 2nd. Let's see what some of the other guys here are doing. We got our guy Kale Elliott out of the one hole, right? He went Bijan, Rasheed Rice, Trey McBride, the theater, very experienced guy. We see with the Emerald badge, he went Jahmyr Gibbs, Nico Collins, Luther Burden. Okay, so he's built in his correlation early with Gibbs and Burden, which, you know, is fine, especially in time boxes. You can pull up guys like Burden. I like Burden too. And so I expect him, well, he's not going to get Loveland. This guy out the 10 hole said, I got Loveland. And so we're just going to take value in this draft. A lot of people are pulling guys up, doing a little bit of tricky stuff. And so we're just going to stick right in the middle and take the guys who possibly fall to us each and every time. Why not do that strategy when you're sitting in the middle? And so let's see what falls to us right here. I don't believe we'll be in a bad spot at all. Okay. We are not in a bad spot. I don't believe we are. Okay, we're coming up next here on the clock. And oh, well, yeah, it's some lucrative people here. Some very, very value-based picks. We're going to take this guy. Didn't think he'd be here at 43. There's several options I could have went with that were still pretty valuable, but we went with Tetradola McMillan. And so we're starting off with a 1, 3 through 4 rounds. Big dog anchor, 3 receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Tetradola McMillan. Yeah, we'll rock with that one. And so let's see what we can get here in the 5th. The 5th should offer us something that we like, no doubt. Something that we like will be here in the 5th. I don't doubt it. That was one of the guys we were looking at. I will admit. I have my eyes on Judkins for this pick. But we're going to roll with one of our favorites, most likely. And not have a problem with that selection here. Not at all. Let's rock with it. We are going to rock with it here on Knockout Brunch. Brought to you each and every Sunday here on GAB Sports, where we pit either two players with relatively similar ADPs up against one another and go ahead and give you the analysis of how we're looking at that for this year. And then we come up with a winner. But this week, we came with two teams. Two teams here in the fantasy landscape that are very highly sought after, the Cincinnati Bengals, as well as the Dallas Cowboys. And they went head-to-head on their top 4 picks, which are all valued commodities here in the best ball streets. And our winner today came out with the Dallas Cowboys with a 10th round knockout of the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and rock this build here. I don't have much Travion, so getting another share here is quite all right. We'll rock with that. And so Travion comes in as our second back. So I don't mind doing that. And let's see what we're going to wind up with here in the 6th round, which is also one of those rounds where sometimes you don't really love some of the position players, so you just take a quarterback. That's what a lot of people are doing. They just take their quarterback here. And these are not cheap quarterbacks. In this landscape, picking a quarterback in the 6th round is not cheap. You know, could it still pay off? Yeah, but you're really paying for the upside already as a quarterback, 4 or 5 type quarterback. It's already built in that's what you're paying for. So, you know, it's all about the build. If they fit your build, rock with it. If not, I tend to maybe want to wait a little bit instead of just taking one of these quarterbacks. And so right here, We're doubling down. We're doubling down on the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, we'll double down on the Saints right here with Chris Olave and Jordan Tyson. So now you know what we're looking at. Yeah, we are definitely looking at that. So don't try to hate on me. Don't be trying to hate. Congratulate, man. Don't hate. Let a player skate. Don't hate. Get out the way. Don't be late. Hey, don't be trying to hate, man. When somebody is building something, you build what you need to build. That's the name of this game. I ain't never trying to hate on nobody. You build what you build. I'm building what I'm building. I don't care what you doing. I ain't trying to hate on you. Do what you do, man. So let me do what I do. Get on out the way. Let a player make this play. Get on out the way. Let me make this play. We got a song that we wrote similar about that. Playmakers or wild cards, we play make. All right, so we are looking pretty good here in the 7th round. We are one pick away. Let's see what it's looking like on the board. Do we go ahead and grab our guy here? I think we are going to. Makes a lot of sense. The way we built this team. We're going to pull the trigger right here with Diggity Dak. Pulling the trigger with Diggity Dak right here with our Cowboys, who we deemed the winner. They won by knockout decision. Wasn't even going to be a case. Somebody's got to get knocked out. And so the Cowboys did their thing. And we're rocking with them because we walk it like we talk it here at GAB Sports. No fillers, no cap, no damn gimmicks. Yeah, we are on our mission for Moolah here. Thank you for coming along with us. And we're going to go ahead and come at you 4 times a week here during this season, during the hot best ball season. So you go ahead and check out the schedule right here as I put on. We are coming here today with Knockout Brunch. And tomorrow night, we come with our Midnight Mondays, where we will draft a BBM. We start off with a BBM and probably will throw in one extra draft, at least maybe a fast puppy as well. Today we're coming with the fast puppies, but that is Midnight Mondays tomorrow night at 11:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:45 here on the West Coast. And we also have Wednesdays. We have Machiavellian Thoughts. We missed last Wednesday, but we will be back this Wednesday. Oh, no, we won't. I will be out of town this Wednesday. So we're going to put Machiavellian Thoughts on hold for another week again. Sorry about that, but we're going to come back with some fire. And I've already been thinking about what I want to bring on the next Machiavellian Thoughts. So that's where we just go ahead and talk about things related to football, but may not be related to football, and things that may be related to fantasy, but may not be related to fantasy. And then we also maybe have a draft, but we might not have a draft on Machiavellian Thoughts. Fiesta Fridays, where we usually bring in our guests. We had a fun day yesterday with our guy Zero Fucks. And so that was very interesting. We are on the clock here right now in the, 8th round? 8th round. Who do we like here? Oh, we like this guy. And we like this guy. So we're going to go with this guy. Chris Godwin. Yeah, we like him too. In the 8th round at this price, we'll take Chris Godwin here. And so we got a 1-2-5 start through 8 rounds. Let's go ahead and fix the board a little bit so we can go ahead and get that. Okay, so our guy Kale Elliott is coming out of the 1 hole with a 1-1-4-1 start through 7. He's on the 8-9 turn right here. Let's see what he does. 8-9 turn. One of the sharp drafters out here in the community. I got Kale Elliott. And yeah, we like kale. We like all our vegetables. So he's got J.K. Dobbins, Xavier Worthy. All right. I hear you. With the Makai Lemon, Jalen Hurts stack the previous turn. And now we got J.K. Dobbins and Xavier Worthy. All right. So he's got some Kansas City love here with Rashee Rice and Worthy. Somebody snagged Mahomes out of the 3 hole. The Jamar Chase owner. Where was Burrow? Are you kidding me? Burrow went 5.12. What the hell is going on? Burrow, Drake May, back to back. Wasn't even the guy that took AJ Brown. You over there hating, man? Don't be a hater, man. Why you took them dudes' quarterbacks, man? Don't be a hater. Be a congratulator. I want a running back here. I don't really like the running backs here. So let's see. So we're going to pull one of them up because I do need a running back. And so we like this guy, so I don't have a problem pulling him up in a time box contest. That'll be Rachaad White. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take that one. Since both of our tight ends that we like were off the board as well. It just went back to back. Harold Flatman Jr. and Kyle Pitts. Yeah, we wanted one of those guys possibly right here, but, you know, it's okay. We just go ahead and move on, man. We pivot to another guy we like without any issue. That would be Rachaad White. We got 1350 coming through. How many rounds now? 9 rounds. We're in the 9th round, and so we're coming back into the 10th round. And 10th round this is where the meat and potatoes of the draft this is where you make your hay, man. The 10th through 18th rounds. These are where the picks start to separate the casuals from the experience. The minnows from the sharks. This is that area of the draft, man. 10 through 20, 10 through 18. You got to finish strong in drafts. Hey, what's up, Goofy Chicken Fantasy? Thanks for checking in with us, my brother. Yeah, if you aren't already tuned in to Goofy Chicken Fantasy, what are you waiting for if you ain't clucking with the chicken, man? So, yeah, go ahead and check him out. One of our good friends out here in this community. He's doing his thing. And we always going to support Goofy. All right. We got... Where's he at? What? You got to be kidding me. We got this dude hating again. Man, you hated on us again. Let me see. Somebody out here hating, boy. I got the double stack New Orleans, and he still took shot. Why they want to hate? Why you wanna play a hate on me? Why you wanna play a hate on me? They out there hating, boy, today on a Sunday. That's all good. In these streets. So we went and took Baker Mayfield with our Godwin pick. Instead of getting that luscious double stack we were so after here. What is they doing taking Shuck? What are you doing, buddy? Have y'all drafted before? It's all good. Do your thing. Just keep coming back. If you're out here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're in this room. And go ahead and also smash that like button. Appreciate you. As we are on our road to 300 subs here at the GAB Sports with YUUNGMOOLAHH Express. Appreciate your support. And so let's see what we got going on here now. We are in the 11th round. We got our 2 quarterbacks that we're pretty comfortable with, so we'll just rock with that. Do they have the same bye? They do not. 14 and 10. We're up next. Do we nab our first tight end here? We probably will do that because there's a guy we do like. Yeah, y'all can have Ferguson. We ain't worried about Ferguson. We didn't want Ferguson. This guy's going to crush Ferguson. He's going to kill Ferguson in statistics this year. The breakout tight end for 2026. That'd be Isaiah Likely coming into the Giants as they went and paid this guy a little bit of money. And he's reunited with his guy Harbaugh and Greg Roman. And possibly Malik Neighbors could be out for just a little bit or for an extended period. We don't know. But either way, whether the Neighbors is there or not, Isaiah Likely is going to do his thing. He's going to do his thizzle, man. And so we are high on him. So we wasn't looking for Ferguson. Y'all go ahead and do Ferguson all you want, man. That's fine. But appreciate you all for joining us here. What's up, young Jerry? What's up, baby? Yep, young Jerry, man. If you aren't subscribe to Jerry Football. What are you waiting for? Another guy out here doing his thing. I respect each and every one of everybody's doing their thing out here, because this ain't easy, man. Pimping ain't easy. Doing this stuff ain't easy. We just got to come out here, be consistent, doing your thing. And so, yeah, go ahead and check out Jerry Football. He's pretty much streaming every day of the week. Hey, when you got that trip coming up, man? I know you was talking about going to Thailand or something. Let me know when you're getting out of here, man. To have safe travels too, you know. Yep. So yeah, check out Jerry Football. Subscribe to him. As well as I got Goofy. As well as anybody else who checks in here who has a channel, let us know, man. If you got a channel, I'm gonna come check you out. Yeah. Because y'all don't hate. I congratulate. And so I don't see everybody winning out here. You're just out here doing your thing and want to just start something up, man. Do it, man. You know, don't wait for nobody to give you permission. Do your thing, man. And good community. It's a very good community. They support everybody out there. Oh, man, I kind of do want to do this. I haven't really done much of this. We haven't done much of this, but we want to share of this guy, man. We not going to be missing out on this guy. Malik Willis. We'll take one of these guys here. I want to share them right here, right now, man. Yep. He could be in those games where, you know, he's getting that late garbage time production. Because one thing about fantasy production, doesn't matter if it's in garbage time, in prime time, in overtime, in regular time, in the first quarter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is you put up some yards and you put up some touchdowns. So Malik Willis, everybody looking at the Dolphins, they're going to be like stinky and they can't win a game or two or whatever. Who cares? As long as Malik Willis is touching the ball every play, he can put up some numbers with his legs, with his arm. And so, hey, man, this could be a valuable pick, a guy like a Malik Willis. And a lot of people are just dismissing already that Week 17 game against Buffalo. It's in Miami. It's not necessarily going to be a wipeout or nothing like that. By that point of the season, Miami could be improving week in, week out or something, you know. One of those young teams that gets better as the season progresses. It's a divisional game. What if it's 34-31? Yeah, that shit happens. So don't never rule out certain outcomes in the fantasy because they're all on the table. All right, do we do this? Our sixth receiver? Yeah, we're going to take our sixth receiver in. Because we like this guy. Trey Tucker. We rocking with him. We are rocking with Trey Tucker. Yes, we will. All right. Our guy, Jerry says, appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to AJ. Oh, it's November. Okay, I didn't know it's that late. Yeah. Gotta stay grinding these best ball streets in the summer. You do your thing, man. Yep. You'll be here all summer. That's good. No. All right. Yep. So again, check out our guy Jerry at Jerry Football. Okay, so now we got a decision we're gonna have to keep making here now. Yep, but we know how to figure it out. We will figure it out as we move along here. As we are drafting a not little puppy, but a fast puppy. We're drafting a fast puppy here on Knockout Brunch. And we're going to go ahead and add to this Dallas stack, right? Are we going to add to it? Potentially. We can add something, but they're going to hate on me. I already know. Go ahead and drink that haterade and bring out the haters, man. Drink that haterade, man. I know you're about to do it. Haterade tastes bitter. Let me tell you that. I'm sure it does. I never drank it before, but I'm sure haterade tastes bitter. It has to. But thank you for joining us. Appreciate you coming through on a Sunday. Yeah, it's just early Sunday, man. A lot of people go to church on Sundays. A lot of people do a lot of things. Go for a walk. Go for the Sunday stroll. You go out for the Sunday drive to the water, to the mountains. But you're here locked in with us drafting best ball. We appreciate that, man. Let's do our thing, man. Let's get it. One of the winners of BBM is coming out of this draft. I'm wishing everybody luck that the winner comes out of this draft. We're going with Flournoy, man. We loading up on the Cowboys. Yeah, we are. Why not? Let's load up on the Cowboys. Yeah. So we got 3371 out of the 6-hole. Yep. So now we can turn that one off. Turn everything else on. Yeah, let's do our thing here. As you're coming in to the, what's that round is that? Is that the 15th round? Yeah, we're entering the 15th round. I got Kale Elliott on the turn. I had to make a decision on what I want to do here because I know it probably won't get by him. One of these guys I really like here. But let's see. Let's see. Let's see. We might get it by. Okay. I'm not gonna turn. We might get it. We might get it. Tough decision coming up. Tough decision coming up here. We're gonna have to make it. We're gonna have to make it. And we're gonna make it. We gotta take this guy. We gotta get a stacking partner for our guy, Malik Willis. We're gonna take Greg Dulcich. We're still pushing. We're still pushing it. Pushing the envelope. We're pushing the envelope here. And it's okay because I got some targets that I like late. I got some targets that I do like late. Including that guy, this guy, this guy. We're just going to load up the queue with our late round targets. How many more clicks we got? 3 more clicks. We got 3 more clicks on this draft. Yep, 3 more clicks. And so it's winding down here in this fast puppy on GAB Sports. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so what are your thoughts here on this knockout brunch? Do we want to see more teams? Because this is my first team angle. Or would you like to see maybe just players? Go ahead and give us your thoughts here if you would. If you got a thought on it, or if you don't, okay. Feel free to leave a comment or interact here via chat. You see I respond to you. Yeah. Knockout brunch. Do you like the format or do you want to see something different? We either bring in 2 players, match them head to head. You can check out the archives here if you're new to the show, new to this little twist we've added on Sundays where we match up 2 players or 2 teams as we did today. You can check out the archives. We have, this was the 4th one, as well as we also have our Fiesta Fridays where we come in with the guests usually and just have some fun and draft some teams, man. So let us know. We appreciate the feedback. All right, we are on the clock. So we're going to take one of the dudes we just have to take. Yeah, we'll take this guy, and we like him. We like his prospects this year, getting on the field, whether Jacobs is there or not. We think Marshawn Lloyd is going to get on the field either way. As long as he stays healthy, right? That's always his dilemma. As long as he stays healthy, he will get on the field. We hope, we believe, we think that he will get on the field. Oh man, did they take this dude? They hating again? Well, it's not a dude that I was stacking or nothing, but oh, I see him. Okay. He's in our queue. We're not going to let you get him. We're taking him. If he's there. Okay. All right, we got a 3-4-7-2 with Dak, Baker Mayfield, Malik Willis. So we'll go ahead and review 2 teams after this and then jump into another fast puppy. But we're going to go ahead and review our guy Kale Elliott out of the one hole. And we'll also review my team as we're going to give you an honest assessment of both teams here on GAB Sports. All right, so let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to take that guy. Are we going to do it? Let me see what our backfield looks like. We're going to go with this guy. We're going with Braylon Allen. He could emerge as a goal line back. You know, at least a guy who can get maybe 25, 30% if they continue to talk about this timeshare stuff. 25, 30%. And he has contingency value in case of a Breece Hall injury, which we are definitely not advocating for or not hoping for. We love Breece Hall. But things happen in football, man. It's a brutal sport, as you all know. And guys go down each and every week in football. You never know if it's going to be your guy or not. So sometimes you got to build in a little contingency based on that fact. Because it's a fact, Jack. And some guy will go down. We just don't know who. But somebody's going down. And relatively speak, the running back position has been relatively clean and void of devastating injuries the last few years. Are they on the positive, good side of the variance? That's probably likely so. But one thing we know about variance, it varies. It goes up and down. Okay, so now you're on the low end of the injuries. You could easily become on the high end of the injuries. And 5-6 top dudes could possibly go down, right? We don't know. Because it's a brutal sport, man. It's a brutal position, the running back position. These guys are like the hunted, right? They're the animal that everybody's trying to shoot. You know, you're trying to shoot some deer or some whatever, right? And so the running back is the hunted. Everybody on the field is coming after them. All right, we're gonna go with Freiermuth, man. Everybody think Freiermuth is not gonna do anything, so his price hasn't even budged. Freiermuth is gonna be on the field, man. Rodgers like hitting tight ends too, man. Yeah, we know Darnell Washington is a big dude. He's going to block a lot, but he's going to catch a lot. Freiermuth is a good receiver. So we'll take him as our third tight end here and end our build right there. 3-5-7-3, 357. The old Magnum, 357 Magnum with the 3 tight ends. Okay. Let's go ahead and wind this up and share this tab now because we're going to go ahead and review our teams and then head all over and jump into one more fast puppy right after we do this review. All right, before we do that, let's go ahead and alert you of our road to 300. We have a road to 300 subs here at GAB Sports where we are trying to get to 300 before the end of this best ball hot summer, man. We're coming at you 4 days a week. So go out there, spread the word, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Yeah, we appreciate you because if we reach these 300 subs, what is going to happen? Well, our subscribers will be rewarded. We're going to go ahead and give you free our week 1 DFS top plays, man. Those are going to be fire too. We already got vision. We already got thoughts in our head. We're already working on scenarios because I know stuff's going to be cheap. And the slate usually comes out early over here on like DraftKings is where we play most of our DFS. And so we're going to come with our weekly shows. We have some in the archives already from last year where we did a whole season of DFS. And so we're going to offer that this year as well. So we'll go ahead and check that out in the archives. But yeah, if we reach that 300 subscription goal, we'll go ahead and offer those for free to our community as well as our NFL top picks as well for free. All right, so let's go ahead and review these teams. For today's draft, this is the first draft that we had after our knockout battle, which you can chime in with here today, whether you like the Cowboys or the Bengals. All right, but we hit Star Wagon to who? the people we just drafted. We drafted Dak, Baker Mayfield, Malik Willis, and a 3.573 build. Then we got Big Dog, Travion Henderson, Rashad White, Marshawn Lloyd, and Braylon Allen. And then we also came with 7 receivers. We started off with our guy, CeeDee Lamb. Out of the 6th hole, we got Chris Olave. And we brought back, we got a faller, a little bit of a faller, and to Tetoro McMillan. And then we went with Jordan Tyson with the goal and with the idea, hey, man, we should easily be able to get Tyler Shook. But guess what? Didn't happen. Hey, shit happens, man, out here in these streets, right? And so we got snipers and diapers, man. Snipers and diapers, where shit happens, right? That's what happens. So Chris Godwin is our guy we picked in the 9th round. Oh, no, that was 8th round. And so we ended up, that was a very valuable pick that we took of Chris Godwin. We didn't know it at the time, but it allowed us to also pivot over to Baker Mayfield, man. We don't sweat it, man. When our dude gets sniped, we just moved something else. We already built it in, man. You're thinking 4 steps ahead, man. So, that's why we do this, man. We building ahead of the game. I already put in Chris Godwin, and I just said, hey, he took Shuck. Give me Baker. We'll roll with Baker. It might be the better pick anyway, right? So we don't know. You might have did us a favor, man, by taking Shuck and not giving us that stack. We got Godwin and Baker. Then we got Trey Tucker, one of our guys we're really liking this year, and Ryan Flournoy to add to our Dallas Cowboys stack. And then we got Isaiah Likely, Greg Dulcich, Pat Fryer, Muth. Yeah, so that's a pretty good team there. I really like this team. I will be honest. I never loved my team because when you love a team, that shit don't matter, right? You love a team before you play the snap. Who cares? I like this team, though, so we're good. He'll have a chance. Okay. I got Kale Elliott coming out of the 1 hole. Let's see. He went with a 3.672, right? I had 3.573. He got 3.672. Pretty similar builds. Added 1 extra back. He's got Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Fernando Mendoza, like that. You see quarterback room there? Got a mix of youth, legs, and drop back ability. I like when teams are kind of built like that, where you add a guy who's a good pocket passer, Jordan Love. Then you got a guy who's a big running threat, Jalen Hurts. And then you got a guy unknown, right? But he can do a little of both, Fernando Mendoza, allegedly. We'll see, or we may not see, but hopefully we'll see if he can just, have that very balanced game. And then he got 6 running backs: Bijan Robinson, J.K. Dobbins, Ja'Cory Croskey, Merritt, Woody Marks, Brian Robinson. So you went with the handcuff strategy, right? Handcuffed Bijan with Brian Robinson. I usually don't do that, but, it can work. You can see the thinking there. And you got Ray Davis as some insurance, has got some standalone value too. And then he got 7 receivers, starting off with Rashee Rice, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, Mekhi Lemon to pair with Jalen Hurts. Got Xavier Worthy, Pat Bryant, as well as Christian Kirk. Did you get Purdy? Oh, no, I didn't get Purdy. Okay, you got 2 receivers. All right, well, things kind of work out differently. So you got 2 San Franciscos. You got Jordan Love. Where's the dude with Jordan Love? I'm not seeing somebody with Jordan Love, man. I don't know now. All right, but then we got our tight ends for Kale Elliott. You got Trey McBride, Chigokonko. All right, it's a good mix of players. I would have liked to see some Green Bay love here and somewhere, since you have Jordan Love, but I can see the thinking. Jordan Love slipped a little bit, so just get him for value. But maybe tack on Savion next time late instead of Christian Kirk, because Savion, maybe he has a little bit of value. But other than that, small little quibble. Pretty strong team here overall. Like the tight end room and the running back room I like as well. So I got Kale Elliott coming out of the 1-0. Nice job. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's up for the offering here in the second one we're going to do here. So let's go ahead and jump in a second one right away. Fast puppy. So we're going to go ahead and enter a fast puppy in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're entering a fast puppy right here, right now. Let's go. 2 people to go. All right, we're already in now. It's already locked and loaded. Let's see what spot we're going to get. We got the 3-hole. We got the 3-hole. Let's do this, Brutus. Wow, this would be crazy. I get the 3-hole. Let's see who we get first before we talk about it. But just an edible Jaeger bomb. YUUNGMOOLAHH in the 3, Razor 33 in the 4-hole, Buddy Man in the 5th hole. Let's see who else is in here. I got Kel Elliott on the other end this time. He had the 1 last time. He got the 12 this time. All right, let's do this, man. All right, let's do this. Like Brutus. Okay, coming in the 3-hole. Can we do it? Can we get our other knockout team? We'll see. Go ahead and munch on this here. We went ahead and did it. We got our other contender in today's knockout brunch. We're starting off with the Cincinnati Bengals with Jamar Chase. All right, we got another visitor here. All right, you got in the lobby. All right, Air Jeff. Okay, let's see where you at. All right, I see you right there at the number 8 hole. Welcome aboard. Appreciate you, man. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Smash the like button. We appreciate your support. The algorithm loves the likes. And I will say right now, let's see where we at on likes. Since we got a little momentum here, if we get enough likes here, we'll go ahead and offer you a 3rd draft. Not sure it's going to be a fast puppy. It likely will, but let's just check out the likes first. See where we're currently at. All right. See where we are currently at. We got 12 likes. Okay, so if we get over 20 likes, we'll go ahead and offer another draft here at GAB Sports. Over 20 likes. Appreciate you. We'll offer up another draft. We'll go 3. We'll go 3. We did 3 yesterday with our guy Zero Fucks. Had a real good time. Go ahead and check that out as well here in the archives on Fiesta Fridays. Yeah, we have a ball on Friday, man. We have a ball every time we come in. I enjoy doing this. So we're having a ball today here on Knockout Brunch, where we gave you a comparison between the Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals on how I'm looking at things as far as the value of these teams. Which one is more valuable? Go ahead and weigh in with the poll if you haven't already, or give your thoughts here in the chat of what you think about that matchup between which team is more valuable here in best ball for 2026. I mean, they're both very valuable no matter what, but which one is slightly more valuable? We have our thoughts and we made our choice, but we don't want to influence you if you haven't really seen it. Go ahead and check out the earlier portion of this. You can check it out later, or you can rewind now. Either way, and check out what we thought about the matchup. Okay, we are in the 2nd round here. Let's see what we want to do with Chase. What do we want to do with Chase? We're going to add this guy with Chase. I'm starting to get smitten. We're starting to get smitten. We got rookie love. We got rookie love for Jeremiah Love. Yeah, we got the rookie love for Jeremiah Love. It's one of those things where the closer you get to the season, the rookies start looking more appealing because you start really thinking about the possibilities that, man, these guys could really go off, right? And this is a dude who could really go off. If he gets enough touches, man, you're going to see a lot of big plays out of this guy. He's one of those dudes, just one of those dudes that doesn't come along every year. Guys with this type of talent. All right, are we going to do it? No, we're not going to do it. I'm going to do this. We're taking Devonta. We're going with the Slim Reaper, Devonta Smith. The runway is cleared now that A.J. Brown has exited the building. The runway is cleared. This dude has been a number one receiver all along, but he just had to share a piece of that pie, a big chunk of that pie he had to share with A.J. Brown, man. And he's no longer there. So we look for Devontae Adams to do his thing, man. Yeah, no doubt. All right, I got Kelce, super team coming my way. Hey, man, I like drafting out the 12 spot. You can get really creative over there. Yep. All right. Mike McCulloch, what's up, dude? Get in this one. I'm Buddy Man. Oh, Buddy Man is in there. Oh, we got a lot of dudes in here, right? All right. Appreciate you, man, for letting us know. Buddy Man is in. Let's see. We're going. We got a few reviews to do. Love the music. Oh, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Definitely do the music myself, and we putting some things together, man. I'll be making some announcements soon on my music stuff because we got some big things on that too. All right, so yeah, I subbed and liked our guy Air Jeff. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you coming on through. Glad you heard about us. Let your friends know too, man. Let them come through because I'm serious, man. We make that goal, the 300 subs. We are going to be providing our free picks, and our picks are going to be the bomb for week 1. I'm already working on a lot of stuff, doing a lot of research. The early part of the season is where you really get that edge, that jump on Vegas as well as the DFS community because the pricing is always soft the first couple of weeks. And so guys that have been in these streets a while all summer, if you play DFS, I tend to think and believe and have proven that you have an advantage early in the season because you locked into all these picks, to all the news, to all the situations that have changed, right? So you locked into all that. You don't have to try to, gather a bunch of information all at once at the last minute. We've already been doing this, man, all summer. So jump, right, transition right over to DFS and make some hay over there as well. So appreciate you coming on in. Stick around because we got you covered all season long. Okay? All right, we got our guy, Boofy guy, who's the biggest weekly winners picks. Big dog in the second. I'm not a weekly winners player. I played the last few years when they first introduced the contest. I played every year, and I just rather play the dailies, but, weekly winners, Big Dog is never a bad pick in a weekly winner because he has such a high ceiling and a high floor. So, and you're just hoping for that 1 week where they knock it out the park and give you that 35-40 burger you're going to need to win the weekly winners. Because you're going to have some monster scores to win those weekly winners. And he's the kind of guy that can give them to you. So I definitely like Big Dog in the weekly winners. You bump up all the backs in weekly winners anyway. Yeah, all the backs get bumped up in weekly winners. Oh, did we get it? Oh, we didn't get the I tried to switch at the last minute, but that's all right. It didn't work out. And we got Loveland instead, which is not bad. Not what we wanted to do, but it worked out to, it'll work out. Tried to switch at the last minute to pick, but glad you didn't see who I tried to switch it to because maybe I could still get them. Doubt it, but maybe. We'll just go ahead and see what falls to us. So we got Jeremiah Love, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, Colston Loveland. How are we going to do it? We're gonna do it. We're gonna correlate already. We're gonna correlate that week 17 game between Cincinnati and Baltimore. We're jumping on Lamar. In a lot of rooms that I've been in, I don't tend to get Burrow with my chase teams. I think it's happened maybe like once. But he always seems to go to the Higgins teams in the rooms that I'm in for some reason. Because in rooms I'm not in, a lot of the time, he still goes to the chase on. But for me, it's only happened once. And I got several chase, but I only got maybe like one Burrow with chase. So we're going to go ahead and correlate right out the gate and say you can have Burrow T. Higgins owner, which is the guy where? Where's T. Higgins? Oh, Air Jeff. Yeah, our guy Air Jeff. So Air Jeff got T. Higgins. So if you want him, man, you got him. I wasn't going to wait. Because we went with our correlation right away. It's taking that decision out of our hands to be able to have to wait and hope for Burrow, right? I've seen this be run a million times, man, so I just don't wait for it no more. Let me get my guy, Lamar. Lamar is poised for a big season this year, we believe, so we are definitely okay with that. Definitely okay with Lamar as our top dog quarterback. And so we got a 1-1, 2-1 through 5. All right. So we're coming down the 6th round here. Let's see what our guy Eric Jeff does. Okay. So Buddy Man, let's see what Buddy Man's doing. Where's our guy, Buddy Man? Buddy Man's in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hole. He's got a 1-1-4-0 through 6. He's got a Caleb Burden stack with Swift. Oh man, it's looking good. This is gonna be a very tough room, it looks like. Looks like guys know what they're doing here, which is throughout the landscape these days. There's so many good drafters. And rooms I've been in best ball for since BBM 2. These rooms are not easy. Let's go. We'll go with Pollard. As people have tools at their disposal now that they haven't really had, which kind of levels the field as far as bringing the more inexperienced people up to speed. If they just use tools, they can be pretty proficient and they'll just follow the top guy that they're recommending or whatever. So that brings up the guys who maybe aren't that experienced at best ball. They're using a tool and paying for a tool. And then you got the people who have just been in these streets absorbing content all across the landscape where there's a lot of sharp people giving away free content like this, like seeing here, right? We're just doing drafts, sharing our thoughts. And so people are absorbing that and coming up to speed. So these streets, man, are pretty savvy, man. There's no easy pickings like it was maybe those first couple of years. Respect to all the guys who won early, but you were winning against soft-ass fields. Honestly, if I'm going to be telling it how it really is, the fields now are so tough to where to win a BBM now, it's going to take a lot of fortune, but you don't really have all these edges anymore against the masses, against the field. So you got to look for any potential edge nowadays, because before a lot of people had edges in stacking because a lot of people weren't even stacking. Back in BBM 1, 2, a lot of people wasn't even stacking, wasn't correlating, wasn't doing a lot of stuff. Now everybody's doing that stuff. So now you're edging doing these things that you had edges before doing. Ain't happening. People got rankings. Everybody got access to other people's rankings. But I personally do my own rankings. And like I say, people got these tools. So those edges are smaller and smaller and smaller. And the fields are larger and larger and larger. So what it comes down to now, I'm
don't know. You just better have a great approach to how to win large field contests. And I believe that I bring that to the table to where I play DFS, I play large field contests, I've won large field contests. So I come with that mentality of how do I beat the masses? That's what we focus on here at GAB Sports. We're trying to beat the masses in a field of 250,000. So to win a 250,000 field, that means you got to come into 0.005, 0.002%. Not 1%, it's 0.005% of outcomes, right? Because that will give you the top finish there in the top 20 spots or so, which is where all the money is, right? All the money's up top. So if you're not aiming for those, then what are you playing for? Because we're aiming for the top 0.005% outcomes, and that's how we're going to get there. We're showing you with our blueprint. We already had our pre-draft where we had our roadmap to week 17 and our pre-draft contests. We did a lot of pre-draft contests. And so we built the roadmap, and we did several videos called Roadmap to Week 17, Volume 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and check those out. Also in the archives. And so we believe here we're just chronicling our journey to the top. That's what I looked at this as. Each and every week I come on, each and every show I make. This is chronicling my journey to the top, right? I haven't reached the top yet. We've climbed a certain way in certain contests. We got to a certain point, which is pretty good, but it's not the top. But now we are chronicling this journey to get to the top. So we believe we have the process. We got the acumen. We're going to do it. This is the year, man. Got to believe that. If you're playing this game and you don't believe you're going to win, then how are you going to win? If you're just playing to say, oh, let me just get out here and throw some darts into the ring and see what happens. No, we don't operate like that here at GAB Sports. We're coming with a mindset. We taking down some shit, man. We going to play the right contest. We going to have the right approach. We're going to stay locked in. Something's getting taken down. Whether it's top 3, whatever, I'm just consider that taken down. You don't have to come in first place all the time to think, hey, man, you still want a lot of money, right? Because you come in second, third, shit, you still can, get a pretty big windfall there. So that's taking something down. You don't have to be exactly first place. Yeah. Top 5. All right. Who do we like here? A receiver. Do we want Manungai? Can we get him? Nope, they didn't let us get him. All right, we'll go ahead and rock with this one. All right. Got some chocolate on my hands, man. Let me go ahead and adjust the draft board here for you all. Okay, and then we'll catch up with chat here in a second. Okay. So we can see we're coming into the 9th round. We're on the clock here. And who do we want? Who do we want? We'll take this guy. JB. We got Jonathan Brooks. All right. Okay, Coastal Loveland as our tight end. Yeah, the onesie positions this year are going to be critical, as they always are. And is this the year to pay up for quarterback? Because lately it hasn't really been the year to pay up for quarterbacks. And there's a lot of quarterbacks bunched in the 6 through 8 rounds that everybody seems to be really thrilled about, and that's perfectly fine. That's probably how it should be. Those are the meat and potatoes of the quarterbacks this year, as the 6 through 8 round picks. And so maybe there's a guy that emerges out of there who's a top 2-3 quarterback, right? And so it'll be, or maybe there's 3-4 guys who emerge out of there as top 6-7 quarterbacks, right? 3-4 of those guys. finish in the top 6 or 7. That's possible too. And but something that a lot of people aren't doing, they're afraid to wait for a quarterback. Right? There's always this rush to say, I got to get one of these dudes in this bucket. Do you? What about Matt Stafford last year? What about Baker Mayfield a couple years ago? What about Stroud about 4 years ago, his rookie year? There's always usually a late QB. What about Brissett last year, right? There's always a late QB that makes some noise and can lead you to a championship. Because there was a lot of Stafford teams, I'm sure, that won a lot of money last year. Right? A lot of Brissett teams probably advanced, right? It probably wasn't even a lot of Brissett teams, but the guys that did have Brissett probably advanced. So sometimes you can't always just look at it as, hey, I got to get something because everybody's doing this. So that must mean it's okay, or that must mean it's right. Be careful of that. I'm always careful to think that because everybody's doing something, that it's the right thing. Maybe it ain't the right thing. So we'll build some lineups without drafting a quarterback early and have no qualms about it. But one thing it's going to be is unique. It's going to be a unique build, number one. And there's always a quarterback that's late, man, that can do some damage in these streets. And so we're going to bank on that the same pattern happens. If it's a quarterback that will be late, that does something. We don't know who that is yet, but there'll be somebody. We've identified several targets of those possibilities. And we got a 1-4-4-1. Okay, so we got Buddy Man in here. We got Air Jeff in here. We got Kel Elliott in there. We got myself. Am I missing anybody? So that's 4 team reviews we'll go ahead and do. And again, if we get over 20 likes, we will bring you another draft. What are we sitting at? 14? All right, folks. Over 20, we bring another one. I can't see exactly how many, but it says 14 on what I'm looking at. All right, we don't want to do that. Let me see what the running back position looks like. Wide receiver position looks like. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I should have took his ass out of my queue. All right, we did a little misclick here. That's all right. We'll take the value. He slid 5 picks, so we all right. Now we don't have to worry about another quarterback. That's one good thing about taking a quarterback there. We don't have to worry about the next one. Yep. So we are done at the quarterback position right here, right now. Okay, our guy, Poofy guy, says Ravens feel like the AFC Super Bowl team. I think Rams for the NFC. Yeah, those are definitely 2 of the favorites, I would assume for sure. I know the Rams are the favorite based on their acquisitions, and then they may even have Aaron Darnold. Aaron Darnold is allegedly there now, so that's definitely going to be a tough team to beat. You know, the Rams here. And the Ravens are always going to be one of those teams that you look at as having a chance, as long as they have Lamar, you know, in that backfield, right? And I love the Ravens this year, especially on offense. I think their defense got better too. Okay. Guy Mike McCullough, people have gotten way better. Yeah, out here in these streets, man, they have. It's a lot of tougher rooms. If you've been around for years, yeah, these rooms are tougher this year. No doubt about it. Poofy guy, Waddle in the early 4th is the new norm. Yeah, Waddle is getting pulled up. I noticed that too. There must be some kind of push or news or something because people are jumping on him. Somebody's out here touting him. Yep, our guy, Best Ball on call, or Best Ball Cabal. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? Good afternoon to you as well. good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whichever side of the world you are joining us on. Welcome. Appreciate you. Go ahead and smash that like button. If we get up to 20 likes, we'll do another draft. Let's see how many we got now. See where we at right now. I think we're sitting on 13 or 14. If we get over 20, we'll do another draft. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and review these three. And, hey, man, we might bring another draft if we get to 20 likes. But we'll review these three and maybe jump in some other drafts off stream. But, yeah. Jalen McMillan. Do we need him? Yeah, he fits our build here. Fits the build since we don't have a Tampa stacking partner yet. We'll take him. Jalen McMillan. J-Mac, who could be an undervalued piece over there in Tampa Bay this year, right? Everybody's kind of focusing on Ibuka, like rightfully so, and the young guy they just drafted, Ted Hurst. But who's to say a guy like Jalen McMillan, who's been over there with Baker Mayfield for like, what's this, his third year now? He could be one of the reliable dudes this guy trusts or something. Trust by quarterbacks is a big thing. You know, a lot of times they will rely on dudes who have been around and they trust that they know what they're doing. Sometimes these rookies come in, they aren't going to be in the right spot. They're going to be lined up incorrectly. They're not going to run the right depth of route sometimes. And so, preference for me, I give to the veterans over a lot of these rookies who aren't the top flight rookies. I mean, if you're the number one pick, first round guy, whatever, okay, yeah, you're probably going to have a pretty sizable role. But these guys that are getting drafted in fourth, fifth round are coming in competing with veterans on their team. I'm not giving these guys the benefit of the doubt that you're just going to automatically leapfrog a guy who's been there 3-4 years, who might not even be drafted as high as you are. They could be drafted third, fourth round. You could be drafted second, third round. But they're veterans, so they kind of understand how the NFL goes already. So don't just give these dudes without the top pedigree these benefits of the doubt that they're just going to come in and seize the role. And specifically, I'm talking about this Tampa Bay team right here. With Jalen McMillan, you got Ted Hurst coming in. A lot of people are excited. You know, he has a pretty decent athletic profile and everything. That's fine. I'm just not going to assume he's just leapfrogging dudes that are already there. Eventually he could, but what if he doesn't? What if Jalen McMillan is just better than him, period? Jalen McMillan is not chopped liver, right? This guy's pretty good. Had a pretty good college career as well, and he's already been there with Baker. So I'm rocking with J-Mac. Got very little Ted Hurst. I don't think I might have 2 shares or 1 share. I'm not really rocking with him. I was rocking with him pre-draft. Once he landed here, I'm like, man, they got a pretty full room, because don't forget about Tez Johnson. Tez Johnson is over there too. So it's pretty full gallery over there in Tampa, where might be hard for this guy Ted Hurst to get on the field, especially if I think he went to a small school too. Yeah, Georgia State or something like that. So a lot of these small college prospects that come into the NFL, it's like a night and day kind of a transition, where you're going to be facing top corners who you've probably never even faced these kind of cornerbacks at your level before. These are NFL cornerbacks, which are the best cornerbacks in the world. So I'm not just automatically assuming this guy comes in, takes over, because we already know the 1 and 2. The 1 and 2 are Ibuka and Godwin. So you fighting for the 3-4 role, Ted Hurst. You're fighting for the 3-4 role with dudes with experience. So you might be the 5th receiver starting out. And then if you possibly get a chance if somebody goes down, or you really emerge and picking the systems up real good. But I'm beware of rookies. We talked about this in our roadmap to week 17. Beware of rookies. The rookie hype. Don't always buy it. It can get you into trouble. Speaking of trouble, we're taking a rookie right here, Kenyon Sadiq. Screw all that, man. What are you talking about? You take rookies. I sure do. But I take them at certain costs and in certain roles. A guy like Kenyon Sadiq is a guy who they drafted in the first round. When you got first round pedigree as opposed to fourth, fifth round pedigree, that's a big difference in a rookie, right? You playing. Yeah, this guy's playing right out the gate. So Kenyon Sadiq will be a guy that will get on the field right away. He can block too. So, yeah, we'll take dudes that we know are going to play. I'm not sure. Hurst and the likes of those kind of dudes. Brazzles, Hurst, Caleb Douglas's. I'm not sure these dudes are playing. I'm sure Kenyon Sadiq is playing. Yeah, he's playing. We're going to go ahead and lock up a Detroit piece here. I like this guy. We're going to take a guy who I believe is going to play quite a bit. And that'll be Isaac Tesla. I think he's going to play quite a bit here. And so we'll go ahead and take him. Running back room. Okay, we're looking all right. Let's see what the draft board looks like. Might have to adjust it a little bit. Let's go ahead and adjust it down here. So we got, 3 clicks left, whereas we're in the 15th round here on GAB Sports as we are drafting a fast puppy. It's our second one of the day here on Knockout Brunch. Go ahead and chime in on the poll if you can still see it out there, where we have Cincinnati Bengals versus the Dallas Cowboys. Which team is going to be most valuable in DFS this year, 2026? All right, 20 likes. Get us up to 20 likes, and we will go ahead and rock another one. We got a few minutes here before this draft is over. Let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and smash the like. Get us up over 20, and we will go ahead and jump into a third Fast Puppy here live. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Down into one more, or you calling after this one? Well, I want to go ahead and get up to 20 likes. That's what I want to do, and I will definitely do another one. So go ahead and help us get there. If you haven't already, smash the like. Call a buddy over. Have him smash the like. And we will definitely do another one. We get 20. Yeah, I want to do another one. I'm open to do another one, but I need your help as well, as we are on our road to 300 subs as well. We'd like to get there so we can go ahead and reward the community with our free picks for week 1. Yeah, for DFS, as well as NFL top picks. Our road to 300 starts with you. But yeah, we want to go ahead and do another one, man. We do want to do another one. Let's get them likes up, man. Smash that like. Helps the algorithm. So when you go on these streams for hours and hours, they have to see some sort of interest from your viewers. And so that's what the algorithm is looking for, engagement, all that kind of stuff. So appreciate it if you would go ahead and do that. Smash the like. We would love to give another hour of streaming, because that's basically what it's going to take to do one more draft, about another hour. So we got to do a quick, well, it's not quick, but we will do some team reviews. See, I'm giving out team reviews, everything. You don't even have to be a member. You just have to jump in the draft, tell me you're in the draft. All you have to do is subscribe and jump in, and we will give you a team review. Whereas a lot of people, if you're not a member, you're not getting a team review. But me, I'm going to just review whoever's in the draft with me. I'm going to go ahead and review your team, man. And I'm going to give you an honest assessment. If I don't like your team, I'm going to tell you, don't take it personal. Never personal. Always just trying to be open. Because if you want the glossy review of every, this ain't the place. If you just want to get the rubber stamp as having some great team, and I don't really believe it, I'm going to have to believe it. Call it how they see it. What is going on over here? I hope it continues to go on. That's all I want to say. Let's go. Let's go. I knew Razor. I had a feeling when I saw a silver badge 2 in a row. I said, these dudes ain't going to let him get to me. I thought I might get that guy, but I didn't get that guy. He took him right before me. All right, so we got Dontavian Wicks and Devonta Smith. I got 2 of those Philadelphia players. 17th round. Let's see what we want to do here. I think we want to go this route. Yeah, we definitely want to go this route. Let's see if he gets to us. One of those 2 guys should get to us. All right, how many more picks we got? Oh, we only got 2 more clicks. Yep, 2 more clicks. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do this like Brutus. We're on the clock. We'll take this guy. Once again, we took him last draft. We're taking him in this one as well. Marshawn Lloyd. We're adding a lot of Lloyd lately, man. Late in these drafts, we had a lot of Lloyd. Because I don't even think at this point that Jacobs is in any legal trouble. I think that looks like it's going to clear up. But I still believe that Jacobs is going to have to share a little bit more of that load, though. I think that's the case because he looked a little bit, I wouldn't say like he's lost a step, but maybe a half step. He's looked a little sluggish and wasn't quite as efficient as he has been in the past last year. And so I think it's possible they're going to make him share a little bit more of that pie with a guy like Lloyd if he stays healthy, because Lloyd is pretty explosive, man. I watched this guy for a while. His college games at USC. I watched some of his games. And also I've evaluated him as a prospect. And he does have a pretty decent athletic profile, and he's built pretty well, pretty strong guy. So if they're going to ask him to share 25, 30% of that load, Lloyd could have some standalone value right there. All right, I didn't know if it's intentional, but your camera is super blurry. Oh, let me go and check that out. Sorry about that. Yeah, what happened? Maybe my let's go ahead and fix that. Maybe something happened with the lighting or something. Let's check it out. Yeah, did it clear up a little bit there? Hopefully it cleared up. Yeah, sometimes the lighting gets a little, I don't know, off, especially when I'm in the daytime. Oh, there looks like it cleared up there. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Hadn't really checked it out. But great. Yeah, appreciate it. I didn't notice it. So yeah, I was just kept talking and streaming, and it's in a little bitty block, so I couldn't really see it too much. But thank you. If something happened, appreciate it. Wife and I just gave you a like. Oh, appreciate you, man. Thank you. So just because our guy, Keith, the big shooter, went and got his wife to give me a like, hell, we're going to do another draft, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. That's called going above and beyond. And so I'm going to go above and beyond for you guys. We're going to jump in another draft after we give the reviews here. So did you jump into this one? Were you in this one, Keith? I didn't know if you were in this one or not, but if you are, let me know your team again, because I know we got several guys in here. We're going to go through some quick reviews. I'm going to make it kind of quick on these reviews. And so I'm not going to try to gloss over you and say anything mean or anything, but I'm going to be going kind of quick. So if I say something a little constructive, that's all it is. It's constructive, and it's just one man's opinion. Shit, who's to say I'm right about anything in this game as far as what's going to happen? We're like 3 months still away, right? So we don't know what's going to happen. Shit, you might draft the winner, and I could be shitting on your team, and this could be the winning team. We wouldn't grab Devontae Walker. All right, because some people aren't going to like my team. So, it's all good. When people don't like my team, I just take it with a grain of salt. It's like, as long as I like it, as long as I was building it how I wanted to build it. That's the thing I take out of this. As long as you're building how you want to build, that's all that matters. Because everybody's not going to like what everybody does. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our team here. And we are going to bring you a third draft here on Knockout Brunch. We'll bring you another draft just because our guy Keith, the big shooter, went and got his wife to like and sub. Appreciate you, man. All right, so let's go ahead and do this with the third pick for YUUNGMOOLAHH here. We got Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield. Yeah, we don't really care about having flowers or anything already when we take Lamar because we're banking on a lot of Lamar right now lately, and so we're taking them and just backstack them. So we want Lamar, Baker Mayfield. We got Jeremiah Love, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Brooks, Jordan Mason, Jonah Coleman, and Marshawn Lloyd. A backfield of 6. We got some guys who are youthful with an unproven record. Jeremiah Love, Jonathan Brooks, Jonah Coleman, Marshawn Lloyd. But we like these guys this year. So if they all come together or at different times they start to emerge, we believe this backfield can work with a Tony Pollard and Jordan Mason as the veterans who should have very strong roles right out the gate. So it's a little risky backfield, but we'll work with it. And we got Jamar Chase, who was involved in our Knockout Brunch discussion earlier. Check that out if you rewind. Check out the replay. And we got Devonta Smith, Quentin Johnson, Michael Pittman, Jalen McMillan, Isaac Tesla, Devontae Wicks, and Devontae Walker. So we went with a deep approach anchored by 2 strong guys, Jamar Chase and Devonta Smith. And we anchored them with, we added some other guys into the mix here. We're varying degrees of roles. Some guys are we looking to come on strong late? Yeah. Some guys we're looking to come on strong early and maybe hold the fort down. Yeah. So I like that mix in the receiver room. Then we got Colston Loveland, Kenyon Sadiq. Real good tight end room. We just stopped at 2. 1 veteran or second year is a veteran now, and 1 rookie. All right, so we got our guy Kale Elliott coming out of the 1 hole. We know he's in here. Oh, no, he's in the 12 hole this time. Yeah, coming out of the 12 hole this time, I got Kale Elliott. Appreciate you for joining us and drafting with us, Kale Elliott. We got 2583. We got Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, James Cook, Derrick Henry, Rico Dowdell, Tyjae Spears, and Sean Tucker. Yeah, I like that backfield, man. They start off with 2 anchors. You got Dowdell, who's going to be competing for that number 1 role. At least he does a 1B role, right? Which is a pretty strong role. And we got Tyjae Spears, another guy who's in the timeshare and could have a decent role there too. And Sean Tucker, who's always got that goal line role. And he's a 1 injury away from an injury-prone dude like a Bucky of having a bigger role. So like that backfield. Got Ladd McConkey, Tetrador McMillan, Christian Watson, Roma Dunze, Matthew Golden, Rashid Shaheed, Elijah Sarr, and Jay Lenore. Mix of young and old here. Guys who are ready to break out too as well, like Tetrador, Christian, Golden, Shaheed, Dunze. I like that mix of the balance of the youth and experience. So very strong receiver room. Dallas Goedert, Brenton Strange, and Cade Otton. Very solid, if unspectacular, but solid tight end room as well. Yeah, it's a strong draft, man, coming out of the 12 hole. Like your quarterback room, he's not weak at any position, so you got definitely a chance to come out of this draft into the playoffs. It's not gonna be easy for any of us to get out of this one, because this is pretty tough sledding. We got our guy, Buddy Man, who checked in with us, coming in out of the 5 hole. Yep, our guy Buddy Man. I think I've seen you before in some of these draft rooms, so it's good to know. Put a name to not a face, but a name to an ID here. So appreciate you coming on in here. Caleb Williams, Cam Ward, Michael Penix. All right, so yeah, I like this mix of this room. You got 3 young quarterbacks. Penix, we don't know if he's going to get on the field, but likely with a guy like Tua, who could be ahead of you, his history of not finishing seasons, Penix could easily wind up finishing this season. So I do like adding some Penix late. I don't have a problem with that. And I can see the thought process there, especially if you got some of his weapons. Let's go ahead and see if you do. DeAndre Swift, Ramondre Stevenson, J.K. Dobbins, Chris Rodriguez, Isaiah Pacheco, Nicholas Singleton. Probably want to see maybe one more back ahead of Robbins, Rodriguez. Maybe one of the guys who like a Rashad White type, those kind of dudes that can give you maybe a little bit more security, but this could still work. I see how this could still work. Ramondre, if Ramondre maintains his status, if J.K. Dobbins stays healthy, I can see how this could still get you there and work. Nick Singleton, a guy I'm pretty high on as well. You got Puka Nacua, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Luther Burden, Ricky Pearsall, and Wan'Dale Robinson. So, do have Drake London. I see. To go with that Penix bet. And, stopping at 6 with this room is perfectly fine because a lot of people want to tack on additional receivers and neglect some of their other rooms. So I can see this is 6 that, hey, man, you can rock with these 6. You don't even need any more. They're all veterans, too, ready to go. TJ Hawkinson, Greg Dosage, and Pat Frymer. The wait on tight end approach is something that is very popular and it works. It's been proven to work. So no qualms about this room. Just a little thin on the running back, but strong everywhere else. So if things break your way, this team can be fighting for a playoff spot as well. Because this will be a tough one to get through. And we got our guy Air Jeff as well. Coming out of the 8-hole, I believe. Yep. 8-hole Air Jeff. We got Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, and Tyler Shuck. And I see you did tack on Burrow. You probably were going to do that all along, huh? Because you're going to take Burrow. And it's because I saw you had Higgins. So I was like, man, I'm taking Lamar ahead of Burrow. So, that was a good pick. And so I like that. I like that quarterback room. And having Burrow and Murray, because Burrow is not going to give you much on the ground, but Kyler can, right? I think Kyler's probably going to dig into his bag this year and probably start running a little more than he has the last couple years. Because early couple years, Kyler, the early years, that guy was one of the best running quarterbacks out here. But then he started to really not do that for whatever reason. And then he got injured. Man, that maybe even gave him more reason not to do it. But I think he might resurrect some of that a little bit more than he has. And he had to have Tyler Shuck, I see, because of the dual bye week. They got Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery, Bucky Irving, Rashad White. Oh, this is where Rashad White landed, okay. And Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I like the backfield. I think Bucky is your key piece here to where if he's healthy and kind of assumes a strong enough role there, he'll be fine. But if he's just kind of sharing too much of that, it can make this backfield not quite as lethal, but it's still a good backfield all in all. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, Stephon Diggs, who's yet to be signed, but I see him. He keeps posting videos. He's looking pretty sharp out there as he's working out, which is what you should be doing as a veteran, as opposed to a guy like Ayuk. We haven't seen any on-field videos of Ayuk other than his shenanigans and things he's doing off the field, which, how's that going to endear to anybody to sign him? But Diggs is going about it the right way, and so we expect him to probably sign him shortly. You combine unsigned Diggs with unsigned Debo. I don't mind that if you're getting them at really good prices. I think you got them pretty much at the value that they're offered, and we'll see how that works out. But both guys could possibly end up in good spots, and so I don't mind combining those two dudes. You got Jerry Jeudy and Kayshon Boutte. Not sure about the status of Boutte. I heard he wanted out in New England, and I think a guy like Kyle Williams actually is going to surpass him anyway if he stays there. So I'm not really high on the Boutte pick, but that's all right. Maybe you are, and maybe it works. You got Laporta, Jawan Johnson, and Mike Gesicki to go with your Cincinnati stack to add on. All right, and Shook Jawan, I see. Shook Jawan and Kamara. All right. Yeah, really very well correlated team. And I think you got good rooms all around. for each of you did 3 separate rooms, quarterback, running back, receivers, all good rooms, and the tight ends are as well. So 4 rooms. So yeah, you got a good team there, man. Let's see what we got going in the chat. Our guy Air Jeff says, my team depends on my wild card wide receiver Diggs and Debo signing somewhere. Yep, that's definitely true. Diggs and Debo will have to sign and be productive wherever they go. If they are, they can give this team a big boost. All right, I'm going crazy next round. All right, well, man, let's do it. Let's go crazy together, man. So we're going to go ahead and do another draft here. What you got? Thanks for the review, sir. All right, appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on in, too. And so we're going to go ahead and take a quick little commercial break. When I say commercial break, we're just going to throw on a little video for about, 2 minutes? I think it's a 2-minute video. 1 minute and something, and because I want to grab something to eat. I'm getting a little bit famished here. And so we'll be back in about a minute and a half for this last draft. Go ahead. Appreciate your patience. Stick with us. And here it comes. Check out this little hype video. It's part of our Hype Monsters series here at GAB Sports as well. So it's one of those things where we made some videos about some of the players we may or may not like. But we made videos with them and we incorporated our own music. So go ahead and check this out. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds. And right after that, we'll go ahead and draft. All right. Be back here shortly. Well, let me turn off the other music real quick. All right. From our Hype Monsters video, this is called Wild Cards. We play make.
Now it's our time to pimp this game. City of cream witness, a lethal pass in the tag. Charge it to the game, we keep playing. 17 weeks being my road to glory. Break it off for the buy-in. Lean on back, stack your chips on the table. Now you ready for this story? Apathy, malaise and low energy, feeling the air. To me and my dog, creep on the scene. 2 aces drafted with high hopes. Lights, camera, action. Already learned the rope. Heavy hitters in the building, watch them stare as we play. Make on this field of green. From the Bay Lane marks, get on out the way. This here major talent now on display. 2 jokers in the deck, right? 2 black kings about to chuck deuces to the sky. Since you ain't really know, let the groove hit you while I proceed to go and make this play. So now you know. Stay on the sidelines if you choose. With these cards, we ain't gonna lose. We like to boogie.
All right. We are back, and we're going to go ahead and jump into our third video here at GAB Sports. I got Air Jeff. Have a great day. Aloha. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Appreciate you drafting with us. And so now we'll jump into this third draft here on GAB Sports. It is a fast puppy once again. Wait, let's see. Did they add any other contests in there? I don't think they did. Let's see what's in here. Nope. All right. The fast puppy. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are entering the fast puppy right here, right now. Let's do it. Oh, snap good. I hope you guys got in. Hope you guys got in this one because we wanted to all do it. Let's see. I got the second hole. Our guy Kel Elliott is in. Buddy Man is in. Game tight. He's in there. All right. Did you get in? Our guy Keith, did you get in? Keith, the big shooter. Did you get in, my man? Did you get in? I hope you did. Let us know. If not, sorry about that, but you can't call how this stuff is going to always shake out when you're entering. But hopefully, you was able to time it correctly and get in with us here at GAB Sports on a Sunday afternoon. We had Knockout Brunch. All right. Oh, you tried but missed it. Oh, I'm sorry about that, bro. Yeah, maybe next time. All right. Appreciate you though with your support, man. Come on back next time. I'm here tomorrow night on midnight Mondays. We are on the clock here at the 2-hole, right? Oh, we got Bijan. Okay, so we got Bijan coming in at the number 2-hole. Okay, let's go ahead and check this out. Had 9 remaining when I jumped in. Oh, so you're in a different one? All right. Appreciate you, man. Good luck on that one, too. Yeah, hopefully it's not as sharked out as this one, man, because this one's going to be tough. Yeah, this one's going to be tough here. But we don't mind tough rooms. Tough rooms, non-tough rooms, they're all the same. Especially when you got guys who are experienced. It's just like, they're going to be in these rooms too. And doesn't matter to me. I'm pretty experienced. I don't care if they got more drafts over here than me. They don't have more drafts in their life than me. Or at least more years doing this. I can guarantee you that. And at this fantasy game for an awful long time. Yeah, we used to have to call in picks. When I was in the USA Today big contest, those are the first big contests I remember was the USA Today football contest where you had to call into this number and the lady or receptionist, it used to be a woman, the operator would take your call and say, well, which picks you want to make? And you have to tell them which picks you want to make for your team. And then you would have to pay, like a couple bucks. So it's crazy, man. Like $1 per transaction or something, and so they would take your card and all that kind of stuff too. And so for you to change your lineup on a weekly basis, you would have to call it in. And these were like big contests. So I remember those days. And USA Today Football Challenge or something like that, it's called. And then they had the days of the dial-up when you had once they got the dial-up connections, you could kind of do it yourself with a dial-up connection and make the change online using the AOL. So those were the first big contests I was in back in the 90s. But it's all good. It's a lot of experience out here and a lot of strategy because a lot of people are coming from these strategic backgrounds where they did like they're gamers or whatever, poker players, and they use a lot of the theory, the game theory, which is key, right? And getting through large field contests. And that's a big DFS strategy too. So I'm pretty familiar with game theory as well. So we use a lot of those as well. Like I said, you can go and check out our roadmap to week 17 that we offered free of charge, actually. We gave you a basic roadmap on how to get to week 17 in our pre-draft strategy, our pre-draft contest. And so those videos are available here in the archives. Roadmap to week 17, volume 1, 2, and 3. Check those out if you would want to see our process, how our processes are put together here. Bijan Bowers. I like this combination. I've been getting more of it lately, and it's not easy to get. So we're going to take it at every chance we get it. And Bowers slides a little bit like this. His ADP is 20. We're getting him here at 23. So we like Bijan Bowers. I did want Pickens on this roster, but that's all right. I'm going to go with another guy. We're going to pull somebody up. We're going to pull somebody up that doesn't normally get pulled up right here. We're going to take Mika and Buka. Doesn't normally get pulled up here. We're going to pull him up. Yep. I think he's a guy that has a certain amount of upside to be almost on the level of a JSN type. And I think I wouldn't be shocked if he comes close to having a JSN type season of a JSN had last year. I won't say he'll duplicate it because JSN was just off the charts with efficiency and depth of target. Everything just was everything came together. You know, the stars and the moon and just everything aligned for JSN last year. He didn't really get much competition too from his teammates. So he was almost like the sole guy. He was schemed open really well with Kubiak. So I kind of don't look for JSN to even repeat what he did, let alone another guy to do what JSN did. But Buka could be one of those dudes that does something close to that in this new system and how they're going to feature him. So I'm not like hating it or nothing like Buka. Same here. First league was in 1994. Right on. We would have to call in our drop ads during the week and then wait for the newspaper the next day to see if you won. Yep, there you go, right there, man. So he's an OG. Got another OG. Keep the big shooter in the building. Yep. Poofy, what's your go-to meal at the diner? I don't have really a go-to meal, I guess, but I love fish. That's one thing I do love. And I love some lamb chops, things like that. I like, stuff that's prepared well, obviously. But it's all good. I eat a lot of stuff. And I like different cultures' foods too. So I eat a lot of different cultural food. I like Mexican food. I like Thai food. I like Cuban food. I like Jamaican food. I'm not a big French food person, but whatever's clever. If I'm there, I will do what they do. Bon appetit, But not a big. I don't like American Chinese food. I like, because I've been to China, and once you go to China, eat traditional style Chinese food, because they don't have all this Kung Pao chicken and orange chicken and all. They don't got those kind of dishes. That's American Chinese food. But their food is really good. And so I don't love American Chinese food. It's kind of watered down. Unless you go to maybe Chinatown, you can get some authentic Chinese dishes. But I pretty much eat a lot. I eat almost anything, well, other than the pork. Yeah, YUUNGMOOLAHH don't imbibe in the pork or nothing, but we eat everything else. But I love to eat, man. Like meatloaf with potatoes. Gravy, yeah, man. I like meatloaf, man. I like a lot of beef dishes, some oxtails. If you go and check out our Fiesta Fridays from 2 weeks ago. Well, usually on Fiesta Fridays, we bring some sort of food in or drink or whatever. Yesterday, I just had my drink, a little cucumber water drink. But a couple weeks ago, I was in LA, and so I did a stream there with our guy Nice and Blunt. Check that out, guy Nice and Blunt. Check out his stream as well. But we had this one roll, man. It's called a soul roll. I mean, man, it's got oxtail in it, mac and cheese, red beans and rice, collard greens, all inside this fried, like lumpia egg roll looking shell, right? It is hella good. So, I like to eat, man. I do like to imbibe in eating. Jerk chicken. Oh, yeah. Give me some jerk chicken with some plantains and some rice and peas. Yeah, man. It's all good. Yep. At the supermarket, you can get General Tso's. Yeah, I like General Tso's chicken. With the mac and cheese, piece 6. Yep, I like General Tso's chicken. Especially, I think I go to Safeway or something. I don't know if y'all got Safeways, wherever you are, but yeah, they usually have it. All right, we're on the clock. We got auto-picked. Sitting here running my mouth, and we got auto-picked. That's fine. I'm getting Devontae, I think. Oh, Scatterbo. Okay. Got Scatterbo. So we'll take Scatterable a share here. That's quite all right. We will take Scatterable. But let's see. Now we got to lock in, man. I don't want to get auto-picked on this next one. Because I do think I want a receiver here with this next one. And we're going to pull this guy up just a little bit. See, receivers are kind of getting thin a little bit too. So we're taking this guy. Christian Watson. As you saw in our video that we just played a few minutes ago, our hype video was Christian Watson and Matthew Gold. You can check out that video here at GAB Sports on our Hype Monster series. GAB Sports presents Hype Monsters. But yeah, we like Christian Watson this year, man. We're rolling with Christian. I think he can have a breakout year, actually. A 5th-year breakout. It's not out of the question. He's been kind of hampered by injury as well as a loaded, crowded receiver room. And so the receiver room is not as crowded this year. And they just paid him a contract. He's got some inexperienced dudes, Golden, next to him, and Savion Williams and Jaden Reed. So he could emerge as the guy there, right? He's never going to be a target monster kind of dude, but he's a really efficient dude too. And so I think Christian Watson can have his best season yet. Could probably jump up to maybe 1,100 yards. Don't be shocked. I would not be shocked at that at all. If he has a big season, something like that, 1,100. Not very authentic. Yeah, it's definitely not authentic, but it's pretty tasty. I like the sauce. I like that General Tso's sauce. Yeah, I knew of a few buffets that have set up like that. Yeah. Our guy, Air Jeff. My teams end up weird when I take Bowers or McBride. Well, it's not going to look great at certain positions, but you just got to bank on that edge you got at the tight end is going to be massive, and that's what gets you there because everybody thinks that, okay, the tight end, they can just get the later tight ends. Okay, you can, but do they have the ceiling to get you the 35, 40-point type unreplaceable games, like what a guy like Pitts did, like a guy like Kelce Kittle does every once in a while, 25, 35 points. Those late tight ends, they'll get you 15 to 18 as their best games, but they're not going to give you that 35, 40-point game that's an irreplaceable game. And if it happens at the right time, you go. So, and if you look at a guy like McBride, right? Last year, he had probably the highest advance rate of anybody, right? McBride, because he just crushed. He had a legendary season where he broke records and all that. That's the kind of ceiling you're looking at here with Brock Bowers. He can do the same thing, right? So when you get that just unique season from these kind of dudes, it's worth it putting them in some of the builds. Because I'm an elite tight end truther. I will go with elite tight end at a decent rate. So I don't have to be sold on it. So I try to figure out more of the later picks combined in these kinds of builds that, that'll be all right. Like I got it, 2-2-1 right here. Or most people are going to probably be, 1-4. They have 3 backs or something. So it all evens out, man. And so I'll put this, I like this build right here, where I start off with an elite tight end. I'm okay. But I won't pick another tight end for a while, I'll tell you that. That's usually the key. I am not picking another one for a long time. I'll go with the 16th, 17th round tight end to pair with Bowers and be quite all right with that. That way, the overall strength of the team, you might have to have a lot of depth at one position, and that only going with 2 tight ends gives you that depth at the other spots. We're going to go with Starve and Marvin. We got Starve and Marvin added to this one. And so we got a little bit of correlation already in that pick with Brock Bowers, Starve, and Marvin Harrison. They do play week 17, so we do like that. Bit of a correlation there. And now this is our third our third fast puppy of the day. And so we thank you for joining us and rocking with your guy, Young Moolah, here at GAB Sports on our knockout brunch. Pollard, man. I keep adding Pollard. I'm okay. Keep adding Pollard, too. Do we want to do it? Yeah, we're going to take Pollard again. We're going to take Pollard one more time. I think I got Pollard on at least 2 out of these drafts, 2 out of the 3, if not all 3. Yeah, so we got Pollard again. Added to this team. So we got a 3-3-1. Bijan. Camp's got a Tony Pollard. We got our guys, Buddy Man, as well as Air Jeff. But did you make this one, Air Jeff? Oh, no, I didn't make this. Game Type. Kel Elliott. Yeah, all right. So we rocking with 3 or 4 guys in here. And so we'll do it like that. Let me go ahead and show the board in a little different manner here. We'll go ahead and show you all the board. See where we're all at here. Okay. So we got BK Medicine or Medinsky. BJ Medinsky. Game Tight at a 10 spot. And we got Blake MC. Boss Roll. Buddy Man at the 7 hole. What is that, the 8 hole? Kel Elliott at the 6. Girthquake. Huh? Grayson Lace. Something. And Young Moolah there at the 2 hole. All right, we're coming at the 7-8 turn. This is where quarterback begins to get interesting. Oh, you got Lamar in the 6, and he doubled it up with Herbert. Okay. He said, I'm taking Lamar with the value here. Don't blame you. And he said, I'm going to get Herbert here in the 7th with McConkey. Nice room there. Locked up a very strong room. Wow, there was a big run on quarterbacks right there in the middle of the 6th with Burrow, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Hurts all in a row. Back to back to back to back to back. Back. Who is that? Chris Berman. Back. Yeah. I missed the old the NFL show he used to have with Tom Jackson. They were kind of funny together. I don't think he's on there anymore, Tom Jackson. They used to do the fastest 3 minutes in sports or something. It was like NFL prime time. That show was kind of cool. Little highlight show. I haven't seen it in years. I don't know if they still got it, but it's not the same, I don't think. Berman's getting quite old too, I'm sure. Is he even still at ESPN, Chris Berman? All right, we got 8th round. Are there any quarterbacks left? Did they leave me anybody on the board for me to get? So all the quarterbacks went on that side of the room. We got 3 of us over here without a quarterback, and that's just the way it goes. We waited, and I waited, and I'm okay. I might wait some more. Let's see how it looks on this side. Check out my queue. I can wait some more. I'm all right, man. I don't panic if I don't have a quarterback. I'll just go ahead and enact my strategy that I know I need to do. You gonna watch the home run derby? Is that tonight? Yeah, I didn't know. I'll probably watch it. I like to check out the home run derby. Smart money is on Jordan Walker. Yeah, that dude's been raking, huh? Yeah, I'll probably check it out. Is Otani's not in it? Yeah, because Otani, that dude can get in the groove too. I think old guy last year just was on an incredible run. Kyle Raleigh, he's not doing much this year though. Let's see what we're going to do here. I think I'm going to pull somebody up. I'm going to pull this guy up ahead of our guy on the corner who needs backs. So I'm going to take a back that I like before he takes it back. So we got Jonathan Brooks. That's a guy we like here. And now we can take another guy we kind of like in this build. It's our guy, Pearsall. Hopefully he can stay healthy this year, Ricky Pearsall. And so we're going to get a little bit of Niners exposure right there. We still don't have a quarterback. We'll cry. All right. We're going to go ahead and push it. We're going to push this one. We just talked about mentioning that, where some people aren't okay doing this. I'm quite okay. We'll see what the next round offers us. If not, we'll push it one more round. That's about as far as I will try to push it, though. 12, 13. Turn out of the 1-2 position. You know, that's 142, 143. There'll still be somebody there we can nab, especially with this type of build. There's certain quarterbacks that I do like later that I can add and get, you know, some correlation even with it. So we'll be okay with that. As we are drafting here on Knockout Brunch, our Sunday showcase where we pit two players against one another, or two teams as we did today. And so we had a battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. On today's show, there can only be one winner on the Knockout Brunch. So as much as I like, and we all like both of these teams, there's only one winner on Knockout Brunch. And our winner today was the Dallas Cowboys by a knockout in the 10th round. The exchange blows both came in a little wobbly. It was a rock'em sock'em robot type of situation. Remember the rock'em sock'em? And who won that McGregor fight? Did he win? I didn't even watch it, man. Did McGregor win yesterday? Tomorrow. It's tomorrow. All right, the Derby. Yeah, it's usually on a Monday. That's true. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. I'll probably check it out. Oh, I'll be on my show, though. I don't know what time it's on. What's good, our guy Game Tight? How you doing, man? I see you over there in the 10-11 hole. I see you in there snuck in here, man, and trying to gain some EV over here, man. I know how you do with the stream drafts. But I don't try to give you no EV. I mean, I'm not trying to show you my ranking. I'm not trying to show you my Q, nothing. But, you know, it's all good. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Appreciate you. Game Tight's always one of the strong drafters out here in these streets. You got a 0531. Kenneth Gainwell. Wow, you see you pushing it too. We both pushing the quarterback spot here. All right, it's getting a little dicey for one of us, if not both of us. But I'm a kind of guy, I will risk it. Yeah, what are we going to do? We'll risk it, biscuit, as we say. Let me show you how we do it. We will. All right, and we'll go with Rodgers right here. Hell no, we ain't taking Rodgers. I'm a risk it biscuit, man. We're gonna risk it biscuit. See how long we can go with this one quarterback build so far. Yeah, man, we will risk it biscuit on the quarterback front, man. Don't have a problem. Because one thing you're gonna get is a unique build. Nobody's gonna have a waited on quarterback. Nobody's waiting on quarterback this year. Nobody. So if you can sneak a wait on quarterback team into the playoffs, week 15, that will provide a huge edge because you'll have low on quarterbacks. Well, at least your top dude will be low on. Maybe somebody else got him as their third, but he'll be your top dude. So your edge will have to come down to your other positions that you loaded up on. Oh, well, we ain't got to wait no longer, man. We got Christian Watson already. Yeah, this fit right into, thank you. He fell into our graces, right? From above. He just floated right down. He said, man, you already got Christian Watson. So go ahead and tack on Jordan Love, man. You fell right into your lap. We will take it. And we got this dude already. Oh, we doubling up and done, man. Done deal. Wash our hands right there. What? We pulled up at Buka. See how things somehow just work out in your favor. We wasn't even expecting it. But being patient here paid off. We got Love and Baker Mayfield, right? Right after ADP. Both of them. After we had already taken their weapons. So, all right. Be happy with that one. Got to be happy with that one. Got each player's number one target. So, look how that worked out. All right. Worked on out. Force right there. Natron mean business. Yeah, that dude was a savage. Natron means. I think he passed away early too, I think, in life. I think, if I'm correct. Natron mean. I enjoyed where Tampa and the Packers would play, and he called it the Bay of Pigs. Yeah, the Bay of Pigs. That was an interesting name. Our guy, Boofy Jr., Caminero. Oh, Caminero. Yeah, this dude is on fire, man. Schwarber too, but Caminero been hitting a home run a day almost, huh? Murakami, Harper, or Murakami's back. Okay. Caglione. You gonna hit some homers? I don't know about that selection, but yeah, Caminero has been going yard, man. Tearing it up. I got getting here. What is your favorite structure this year? 3573 seems very popular. Honestly, I like the two. Okay, hold on. I got to fix something. Something's not right. My room. I got ejected out of the room somehow. Let me see. Where we at? Okay, back in. Yeah, I like either a 2682 or 2673, 2763. One of those. I like the two quarterbacks for sure, and usually two tight ends. But if I go three tight ends, I'll do a 2762 or 2763 or a 2673. Those are my favorite structures. I think the 7 running back, it depends on how I did the first picks, right? So if I went receiver heavy, then I'll probably that's when I will do the 7 running back. If I went receivers early, like a 0 RB or something, or I'll do the 7 receivers if I kind of started with maybe 2 backs or hero backfield. I'll do the 7 receivers usually in those. But yeah, I like only 2 quarterbacks is my favorite. I mix in 3 as well, obviously, but my favorite, I'd have to go with the 2 quarterback and 2 tight ends too. So the 2682s. Yeah, I like that one a lot too. Yep. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bill. Yeah, you got all the references, huh? Yep. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo's team and Buffalo Bill. I assume this guy's still around. Berman. Yeah, he didn't die, no, right? We're gonna go with our guy, Trey Tucker. Another guy we're high on this year for my Raiders. And so we got Bowers and Tucker. I got a lot of this combination of Bowers and Tucker. Lot of that combination. Let's see, our running back room. Do we need to add to it? We can add this guy. A Bijan Pacheco combo. I don't mind. because basically you're hedging against Gibbs' possible injury. And so you can be knocking out all the Gibbs teams right here if he goes down, because you went with Bijan, and then maybe Gibbs goes down, and you take Pacheco. And it works vice versa too for the Gibbs owner. You take Gibbs, and then you hedge Bijan with Brian Robinson in case Bijan goes down. So you have Gibbs and Brian Robinson. So it works both ways. But yeah, I like doing this as well, where I get the backup of the other number one stunner running back, and to go with Bijan, right? But then it works in reverse. Do the same thing on the other side. I like doing that in this year. You know, not to say that it's gonna work, not to say that you're hoping a guy gets hurt. Amen. But the inevitable thing in football, you play the football long enough, you will get hurt, no matter who you are. The most indestructible players I've ever seen, Bo Jackson, ran right out of his hip, right? He got hurt. Adrian Peterson, man amongst boys, he tore his ACL. Happens, man. The best of them. Prayers out to a real good, exciting dude, man. I was saddened to hear that news about Chris Johnson. You guys heard about that? He got ALS. Yeah, and so they're trying to say there could be a link here between playing football and your risk of developing something like that, because there has been some other players recently that didn't get a lot of notoriety that have developed ALS as well. It was like a receiver or something years ago. I can't remember the name right now, but they don't tend to want to publicize a lot of these stories. So the fact that CJ2K came out, you know, on his own and kind of went public with it is pretty, you know, brave of him and stuff. But it brings awareness that, hey man, football is a dangerous game. And as much as I love football, no way in hell my son was ever going to play football. I said, man, you ain't playing football. You know, you only got one brain in this life, man, and you're going to protect it and utilize it. And so now he's off doing his own. He's in college right now, and he's shining, and you're not playing no football, man. So that's just me. I love watching it, but my kids ain't playing. So go do something else, man. If you want to play some stickball, play some baseball. But you only got one brain in this life, man. So protect it. Yep. So now we got let me go ahead and change the view here. I have to make this pick first, then I'll change the view. Okay, we are sitting. How many backs? 5 backs. I can go either way here. We're going to go with the receiver. We like this guy, A.D. Mitchell. We like A.D. Mitchell. All right, let's go ahead and get the view expanded a little bit here for the draft. We got 4 clicks left here in this 15th round. And I think we got to do this. I think we have to do this. Since we already built it in, we got to go with our guy who will eventually pull the trigger. We hope it's sometime this year, but we don't know. We're going with Fernando Mendoza for my Las Vegas Raiders. Since we got Trey Tucker and Byron Bowers, we got to add Mendoza, man. We'll go ahead and add him right here while we can. And so we are wrapped up with our quarterback room with a trio of Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, Fernando Mendoza. And we got the single stacks of Love and Baker with the double stack of Mendoza. So we'll go ahead and wrap that one up. And so now we are down to 3 clicks. Yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting, though, this year to see which teams are a little better than anticipated, because we had guys, teams like New England last year went from worst to first. You had who else made a big jump last year? Well, Chicago won their division. Nobody was really predicting them to win that division. Who else you had? And then you had people who really took a big step back, right? The Chiefs took a big step back. Yeah, so each year brings about new challengers to the throne and people who are traditionally good and they aren't as good. There'll be some teams out there that we're totally thinking, oh man, these guys suck. And watch, by the end of the year, we're gonna be like, man, this team is one of the better teams. So I got my eyes out on a few teams that I think could really surprise, not only with victories or something in the win column, they're gonna surprise in fantasy. They're gonna be better than people think, man. Because I'm not selling out the Browns, man. The Browns is one of those teams that, yeah, they traded Myles Garrett and all that. So that could actually make it more beneficial to their offense. Maybe the defense is not as good. And so Monken might have to, pull the strings, manage this team to a higher level on the offensive side of the ball because they got some weapons, man. So Cleveland could be one of those teams where maybe they ain't translating to wins or whatever, but it could translate to fantasy wins for us, right? So that's all that matters for our purposes when we're drafting. Hey, we just want to see you put up some points, get some touchdowns, get some yards. I don't care if you win the game. But as far as the win front, a team like the Jets, I'm not counting them out for making the playoffs this year, the NFL playoffs. The Jets, if they get the decent quarterback play that they're expecting, I guess they wouldn't have drafted this dude. They wasn't expecting them to do something, right? If they get a good enough quarterback play, we're going to go ahead and take a guy we don't have much of, Cade Otton. I probably should have waited for the tight end. I don't think this guy's going to take a tight end. That's all right. Wasn't really looking. He's got 3 already. So I could have beat him to a running back. I'm sure he's going to take a running back. But let's see if that ends up. Well, I got 2 guys in my queue. I thought he ain't going to take them both. Okay, so yeah, the Jets, I think, will be one of those kind of teams that will win more games than I think people think this year. We got a 3-5-6-2. And I think we want to add one more running back to the stable here. And it's going to be a Jet. I'm speaking on the Jets. And we got A.D. Mitchell already. We're going to add a Jet here in Braylon Allen. Yeah, I think the Jets, one of my bold predictions that I've already I'm going to stand by. I already made it a little early. The Jets will finish ahead of the New England Patriots in the NFC East. Yep, that's my prediction. One of my bold predictions. And, take it with a grain of salt a little bit. When you're making a bold prediction, it's something that's not likely to happen, but it's something that you can see happening and won't be shocked. And I won't be shocked if they will. And this is something that I would bet on, actually, because I'm going to get the right odds for it to pay off if it happens. I'm not going to go bet $1,000 that the Jets are going to come in second place. But, throw whatever you feel is reasonable on something like this, and you're going to get pretty good odds. And so I'm predicting that the Jets will finish ahead of the Patriots in the standings of the NFL this year. Yeah. And mind you, making bold predictions is something that anybody can say anything, right? But are they really going to believe in it and willing to put their money on it? And so I'm not going to make 100 bold predictions because that's just throwing a bunch of stuff to see what sticks. I'll make a few bold predictions and I'm going back what I'm saying with some money. So I like to bet on like MVP. I do a lot of the futures, right? Bet on the who's the future. I hit a few years ago when Lamar got the MVP. I think it was like 15-1 or something like that. So I got a nice little payout. But yeah, you got to be willing to just stand by what you're saying on out here, man. So I'm standing by everything I say. When I picked the Dallas Cowboys to win this knockout brunch today, I'm taking the Cowboys, and I have more Cowboys than the Bengals. So I'm standing on what I'm talking about. No matter what, right? So win, lose, or draw, man. That's our model here. Whether we win or lose, I'm putting in the work of what I'm gonna stand by, and it's gonna be like, hey, let the chips fall where they may in the end. But it's one of those things where we're never gonna be right most of the time. Nobody's ever right most of the time on takes or anything, on bets or whatever. So you just gotta hit. When you can hit, all it takes is one time to win BBM, right? You ain't gonna win BBM 5-6 times, or not even just BBM. You ain't gonna win any of these large field best ball contests 4, 5, 6 times. You're not gonna win that many times. You just need one good year where you strike all across the board. Maybe you take down 2 contests or take down 1, finish well in another one or something. That's all you're striving for here, because you're going to lose way more times than not each year, right? So over the years, what they say, the rate of you making the finals is like once every 6 years in a BBM or something like that. 1 out of 8 years. That's what some ridiculous thing. 1 out of 6 or 1 out of 8, something like that, is when you can be expected to make a BBM finals, right? So right there, you're already looking at the barrel of a loss. So take it as you will, and then prepare accordingly, because you're probably not getting your money back in best ball, man. That's just how it is. We know the risk. You got to be either averse to it or you're going to be rolling with it. And so I've created my strategy to where I don't really play a ton of the BBM. I just play more of the other contests that have a little bit more favorable advance rates. It's not guaranteeing you anything, but you got a little bit more favorable chances of getting to finals on a lot of these other contests. And so that's what I tend to do. What does my receiver room look like? Do I need to add another one? We're rocking with that one. We're going to tack on the 7th running back. Taking Marshawn Lloyd once again. I think we got so much Lloyd. Wait, what happened? This is bullshit. How'd they give me Ayuk? I didn't even have him in my queue when I got my queue filled up with running backs. This is weird. I honestly did not have Ayuk in my queue at any point. And they gave me Brandon Ayuk somehow when I got 3 running backs in my queue only. That is the weirdest shit of all. That they gave me Brandon Ayuk. Okay, whatever. It's 18th round. Please, Brandon Ayuk, go ahead and come out of this stupor you are in. Wake your ass up. Somebody slap him in the head so you can get out here and help my fantasy team that I just drafted with you. All right, so we'll go ahead and review our teams here on this last draft. You knew something wacky would happen. Ayuk said, somebody's got to get me out here. Yeah. Ayuk 0. I know, huh? I'm like, what the hell happened? I swear to God, I did not have Ayuk in my queue. No how, no way. I had 3 running backs in my queue. Ayuk has hacked Underdog. And all of a sudden, I saw the pick go, but none of my running backs moved. And I'm like, what the hell is this? It's all good. That's Miami and Arizona surprising everyone. Yeah, those are those kind of teams where everybody thinks Miami stinks because they didn't do this, they didn't do that. They could do something for sure. Heathcliff, Slocum, if you got him. All right. I got Barry, never a discouraging word. Barry Word, yeah, but real like him and Christian Okoye, the dual threats. There's 2 big old backs. Yeah, you're a fan of the click. Game related. Oh yeah, the click, man. My boy was the DJ, the producer, the first producer they had. My boy Mike Mosley. Yep, we grew up together. I used to throw house parties, and he would be the DJ at the house parties when he was a young teenager. I mean, we both was teenagers. I was just older than him. Yeah, we threw a party. Then a few years later, he hooked up with the click. Yeah, my boy Mike Mosley. Shout out 707, man. The click. Mac Dre. Yeah, I know all those dudes. Yeah. All right. No one circles the way. Oh, yeah, I already did that one. Like the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and review these teams and head on out of here. But we appreciate you joining us for this knockout brunch. It was a very lovely day. We did 3 drafts over here on Underdog. So we're going to go ahead and start off with our team here. Out of the 2 hole, we came with a 3-6-7-2. We had Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, and Fernando Mendoza. And we didn't really expect things to fall our way at the quarterback spot, and that we were waiting. So we kind of were pretty much a slave to the board and to see how things would fall because everybody was snapping up their quarterbacks. But it kind of worked out for us, as you'll see, with this room. And we got Bijan Robinson, Cam Scotty, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Brooks, Isaiah Pacheco, and Braylon Allen. And so it's a room, it's pretty deep. Guys with a lot of potential, guys with some contingency value, and Pacheco and Allen, and anchored by Bijan, obviously. And we also will show you our receiver room, where our first 2 receivers was Emeka Egbuka and Christian Watson, and their quarterbacks are the ones that fell into our laps in the 10th and 11th round. So it worked out and that we took these particular dudes as we pulled up Egbuka to early 3rd with the idea of possibly taking Baker, but we didn't know for sure he'd be there. And we got Marvin Harrison, Ricky Pearsall, Trey Tucker, A.D. Mitchell, and Brandon Ayuk somehow appeared in our roster out of thin air. But that's all right. It's an 18th round click, so who knows? Although we really did want Marshawn Lloyd. We really did. We would have tacked him on as part of our Green Bay stack, too. And we got Brock Bowers and K-Dot, and Brock Bowers and Trey Tucker forming a piece of that Las Vegas Raiders bet, and K-Dot and Luka forming a trio with our Baker Mayfield stack. So we like the way that we correlated this one, and we'll go ahead and rock with that out of the 2 hole, and we'll take our chances, man. Once again, it's going to be tough getting out of this room. We got our guy Game Tight in here. We're going to go ahead and review his team as well as Buddy Man. And let's see, is anybody else in here? So we go with Game Tight out of the 10 hole. He came with a 2-7-7-2. Oh, yeah, this is one of our builds, 2-7-7-2, the 2 quarterback, 2 receiver. And he got Cam Ward, Daniel Jones, a little thin, it's 2 quarterbacks. But, hey, man, it can work, right? This is that he waited on quarterback. He knew the procedure. He knew the risk, and he rolled with it, man. I don't have a problem with that. When you know the risk and you're doing it anyway, that means you have confidence in the approach. So I appreciate that confidence, and I respect it because our guy Game Tight is in the streets, man, and he know what he's doing. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Cam Ward could be on the come this year and have a big step forward, and Daniel Jones proved last year, hey, man, he can produce. So let's see how his team worked out, because I'm sure he's loaded at most of the positions. He's got Kenneth Walker, Javonte Williams, Bashal Tootin, Rico Dowdle, Kenneth Gainwell, Rashad White, Mike Washington. Easily the best backfield, probably. I don't even have to look at everybody's team. This is probably the best backfield in this room. So very strong backfield. I certainly would have expected it with the weight on quarterback. And you got CeeDee Lamb, Luther Burden, Josh Downs, Tesla, Zachariah Branch, Calvin Ridley, Shamari DK. So he betting on the Titans with his Cam Ward bet. He had a few late Titans, which could easily pay off at those prices, especially if that offense takes a step up. And these guys got Josh Downs with Daniel Jones, and he's also got Tyler Warren. So this is strategic from the start. And yeah, our guy, game tight, Tyler Warren, Isaiah Likely. Strong build. You can't even question the weight on quarterback because that's going to be a unique approach because his rooms are strong, man. All the rooms are very strong. You know, I mean, aside on paper, the quarterback room not strong, but every other room is very strong. So yeah, appreciate you, brother, for coming on in here. And we're going to look at our guy, Cale Elliott. He's been with us, I think, for all the drafts. Appreciate you coming on in, man. Appreciate your support each and every day, each and every week. Hope your Sunday is going great. Jaden Daniels, Jackson Dart, Bryce Young. Oh, man, that's probably one of the better quarterback rooms you have to face in this room. I think I did see somebody maybe take Lamar and Herbert, which, you know, the capital, right? Seems like you got pretty good prices, right around ADP on both, but your top dudes, and you got Bryce as a big faller as a third. Definitely like that. So yeah, this is one of the better quarterback rooms for sure. You got Travion, Jalen Warren, RJ Harvey, Aaron Jones, Tyler Algier. I have to be honest, not a big fan of this running back room, but you got dudes who are kind of splitting, like all of them are splitting roles, and we don't know for sure if they'll be on the top half of the split. Some of them may end up on the top half of the split. Some of these guys may end up on the low half of the split, right? And Algier, we know, is pretty much going to be a backup, but how much of the pie is he going to get? We don't know. So there's ways that if you alternate some games here, alternate weeks, I can see how this gets there. But you're really hoping for an injury in one or two of these cases, like a J.K. Dobbins injury, a Rico Dowdle injury, a Ramondre injury, would be the best case for this type of a build. But I'm sure your receiver room is loaded. Yep. Based on that running back room, it almost has to be. You got JSN, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Terry McLaurin, Jalen Naylor, Cooper Kupp, Elijah Surratt. One of the better rooms of the receivers that you're definitely going to see in this room. I mean, this draft room. So appreciate your receivers for sure. I have no qualms about those guys. Mark Andrews, Sugar Conquo, and Colby Parkinson. Guys that are all involved in their offenses, all going to be on the field. And so very strong tight end room. All right. So I think that's about it, right? Is anybody else in here? Don't recall, but we'll go ahead and rock with that, man. Oh, okay. We got you here. Kelly Elliott went over your team. Yep. So was our guy Mike McCulloch in here? I can't remember if you said you were in the draft room. Let me go ahead and check. Buddy Man. Yeah, Buddy Man. I forgot you. Almost forgot you, Buddy Man. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out Buddy Man because I did remember he was in the room. Okay. Our guy, Buddy Man, coming out of the 8-hole. It's already starting off strong. Once I looked at the quarterbacks, got Drake May, Brock Purdy, Aaron Rodgers, very strong quarterback room with all guys with pocket presence. So you got the pocket passers, all with offenses that should do very well. So I like the offenses that they're attached to. And you got one guy with no legs, but the other two got decent legs. You know, you got to respect the legs of both of these other guys. They can get you some points on the ground too. You know, Drake May and Purdy. You got Big Dog, Josh Jacobs, Quentin John Jenkins, Tank Bixby, and Jordan James. So you made the Jordan James bet that CMC possibly goes down. And since you got the Purdy stack already, and you got the Josh Jacobs bet that everything's clear on the front of the legal issues. And I think it's leaning that way too. And Judkins is a guy who could be undervalued, as that Cleveland offense could be much better than people think. So I've been adding a little bit more Judkins myself. And I like the Tank Bixby pick based on the contingency value, as well as he's on a good team and he could have, you know, some standalone value some weeks. You just never know, right? He could be the more effective bet back certain weeks than Saquon, right? He might get like 8 carries one week for like 45 yards and a touchdown. That could be the game. Saquon only gets like 15 carries for 60 yards and nothing, right? So I see where Bigsby could have some standalone value, even if Saquon is upright all year. Then we got a pretty strong receiver room starting off. Justin Jefferson, DK, Michael Wilson, Dobbs, attached to your Drake May. You got Coker, Stephon Diggs, Wicks, and Pat Bryant with Trey McBride, Hunter Henry attached to your Drake May as well. And so I don't see any San Francisco receiving targets to attach to your guy, Purdy, but Purdy naked is not a death threat. I mean, or like a death blow, not death threat. It's not a death blow to have Purdy naked because he can, like I say, he spreads it around a lot. So sometimes he'll get there and none of the receivers really get there because he'll be spreading the ball around. And he can also, get you some rushing points too. So, yeah, a Purdy naked is not horrible. I would have maybe liked to see maybe a scribbling or something late, but maybe you couldn't get to him for whatever reason. But yeah, good team, man. Trey McBride, Hunter Henry. Appreciate you joining us, buddy, man. And keep coming back, man. As we will go ahead and sign on out right here. Let's check the chat. Thanks, Kelly Elliott. Yep, buddy, man. And thank you. See you next time. All right. So appreciate you all for stopping on by here on Knockout Brunch. But we are coming back at you tomorrow night. As early, tomorrow. We're coming with our midnight Mondays. You can go ahead and check it out. 11:45 p.m. tomorrow. It's also in the outro. Yeah, that's what I want to say. It's over here in the outro where we will play here in a second. But I want to go ahead and leave you with one last thing, though. The one last thing being we want to go ahead and bring your attention to our subscriber goal as well. Let's go ahead and turn this music on. So we got our subscriber goal that we want to go ahead and go over one last time. We appreciate you. If you can go ahead and help us get to that road to 300 subs, subscriber goal, 300 by the end of this best ball hot summer. And once we reach that goal, we're going to go ahead and provide to the community of subscribers our picks for week 1 DFS, as well as our NFL picks against Vegas. And so we're going to go ahead and do that if we get to that subscriber goal. So go ahead and help us get there. Appreciate your support in this community. And we will also like to add, we appreciate your support for subscribing here. As also follow us on social media at GAB4Young. That's GAB the number 4, YUUNG. And as we're on this journey, man, it's going to be great, man. And we all accept any contributions that you have in support of this channel as well. Our Zelle is here listed, GAB85-Grateful1. So if you have the mind to contribute to the channel as we are continuing to develop and grow, we will certainly appreciate those contributions as well. All right, so we are heading on out of here, right now with the outro. Check out the schedule. We'll be back tomorrow at 11:45 p.m. All right, peace on out. Enjoy your Sunday.
I read the board like maps. 3 moves ahead, no cap. You draft on vibes and dreams. I built my league from scratch. My bench got hidden gems. Your roster full of names. I spot the league before it shows. Then pour salt on the game. I trade like a casino. Flip risk in the gold. You chase last week's fireworks. I chase the box score code. I know the soft matchups line up buffets in the rain. I turn a sleepy Sunday into a money train. Check the line, I'm locked in. Every we got teeth. You bring a hot take, I bring season long receipts. I got the crown, Draft day, I run this
Young Moolah, man.